This is not a right. This is a privilege.
We know how to play.
This isn't given. It's earned.
We know what we need to do.
You've done years of hard work to get here. Hard yakka. Blood, sweat, tears.
Get up, let's get into it, boys!
It's time to step up, because you won't get a second crack. Moment by moment, centimetre by centimetre, effort by effort. Fight, fight, fight until the siren sounds and the song is sung. It's not up to me, it's up to you. Do you want it enough? This is not just a game. This is the Tasmanian State League. Our best talent, our premier competition. This is not a right. This is a privilege.
We know how to play.
This isn't given. It's earned.
We know what we need to do.
You've done years of hard work to get here. Hard yakka. Blood, sweat, tears.
Get up, let's get into it, boys!
It's time to step up, because you won't get a second crack. Moment by moment, centimetre by centimetre, effort by effort. Fight, fight, fight until the siren sounds and the song is sung. It's not up to me, it's up to you. Do you want it enough? This is not just a game. This is the Tasmanian State League. Our best talent, our premier competition. Privilege.
We know how to play.
This isn't given. This is the Tasmanian State League. Our best talent, our premier competition. This is not a right. This is a privilege.
We know how to play.
This isn't given, it's earned.
You know what we need to do?
You've done years of hard work to get here. Hard yakka. Blood, sweat, tears.
Get up, let's get into it, boys!
It's time to step up, because you won't get a second crack. Moment by moment, centimetre by centimetre, effort by effort. Fight, fight, fight until the siren sounds and the song is sung. It's not up to me, it's up to you. Do you want it enough? This is not just a game. This is the Tasmanian State League. Our best talent, our premier competition. This is not a right. This is a privilege.
We know how to play.
This isn't given, it's earned.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Tubes Taylor here with Duff TV. It is round 2 of the Southern Cross Tasmanian State League here between Glenorchy and Devonport, and I'm joined in the commentary position by Brent Costelloe and Cam Brown. Welcome, gentlemen.
Good afternoon, Tubes. Good to be back. Brownie, how are you?
I'm going really well, Brent. Good afternoon, Tubes, and good afternoon, listeners, or not so much listeners, but anywhere where you'll be tuning into our screen this afternoon, and looking forward to watching Devonport today, boys. A young team, which we'll hear a lot about during the call.
Well, it was a big match up there in Devonport for these guys. Obviously, we streamed Glenorchy last week, boys, but Devonport went against Launceston last week and just went down, and they're without their captain this week. Breno, how do you think you'll see it today?
Yeah, look, Mitch Thorpe is a massive out. We know what happened last week. He copped that knee to, we thought, the kidney, but it was actually, in fact, the ribs, and he's got a couple of fractured ribs and will miss the best part of a month of football camp, so he's a big loss for Devonport. Yeah,
he'll be a big loss, as you say, guys. They had 9 players play their very first game of football for the Devonport Footy Club last week, which was really exciting for them. And they've stripped it back a little bit. I think they finished 5th the last 2 years, boys, so they probably knew they weren't going to win a premiership the way they were going, so full credit to them. They've brought in a lot of kids, and if you're watching up in Devonport today, I think you're just looking for a little snippets and little bits of play that you can take away from some of the youngsters today, because it's all about probably getting game time into this squad so that in 4 or 5 years' time they've had 60 or 70 games experience and they're ready to go. Because if you look at North Launceston and Glenorchy, they were in similar positions 3 or 4 years ago and stripped it back, and you see how well their different organisations are going at the moment.
Yes, we're looking at the very experienced Glenorchy side out there at the moment, and they went last week without, well, they had Zach Webster in the side, but he didn't really put in too much of a big effort out there, Breno. He was good, but he wasn't electric.
No, apparently he copped an injury early in that game,
yep,
which he played through, so that may detail while he was a little bit quiet. But let's go through last week's game, boys. Obviously, Glenorchy absolutely dominant against Hobart City, 98-point winners, and then we saw Devonport go down to Launceston by 28 points. Only kicked 5-8 in that game, the Magpies camp. Pretty low-scoring affair. Yeah,
they struggled to have goal kickers, Brent. They got off to a pretty good start, Devonport, it's got to be said, but in the end they were overrun. As we mentioned, they're a young team, and they've got a guy making his debut today, which we'll touch on a little bit later, but so certainly a lot to like about Devonport, though. A young team. Mitch Thorpe has obviously been involved at AFL level now, so he brings a lot of intel and experience, having been part of the program over there, and so too Aaron Cornelius as well. So obviously having spent some time at the Brisbane Lions, so fantastic for these young teams really to have be under the tutelage of some of these players as well that have returned from the mainland. Good to see Mitch Rainbird out there, Tubes. You said he may not take the field before we went on air this afternoon. Yeah, a groin injury last week. Yeah, I saw him after the game and I asked him about it, and he said, "Yep, I've definitely done something to my groin."
But he's good to see him back out there. He'll bring some intensity into their half-back line and midfield. So it'll be good. It'll be good to see how they go, the Glenorchy boys, against probably a stronger side than the Hobart City camp.
Yeah, and look, they'll get Ben Camerick back today, boys. So he was a late withdrawal from the team against Hobart City last week. He actually got pretty sick, ate some salmon, I believe, and was a late withdrawal as much as about 4:30 it almost was last Friday night when he told Aaron Cornelius that he wouldn't be able to play the game. So he's back into the side, and he's a lively half-forward crumbing type. So look for him. He's a really smart user of the footy. Just a couple of the matchups too, which I think might happen today too, boys. Keep your eye on number 3, Brad Chard for Devonport. I expect him to go on Jay Bowden today. So he's probably the most competitive player on the Devonport list. So he's super competitive in the air. Will work really hard on ground level. So I think he will be the man to pick up Jay today.
Well, very exciting stuff. We're not too far away from the start of this match. Round 2, Tasmanian State League here for Southern Cross. Streaming across the nation and the world with Duff TV. And we've got a quick little minute's silence. I'm not sure what that's for. Have you got any ideas there, boys?
Yeah, boys. It's for the late Daryl Sutton. So he was a premiership player with Glenorchy back in 1975 and spent some time back at Glenorchy as well after that, but also was a premiership player at North Melbourne in the 1977 premiership side with them, and also played at Sydney and Richmond. So a minute's silence for Daryl Sutton.
Rightio, so we're about to start here, round 2. The coaches will pull them in for one final word, or the captains at least. Just having a look at the lines of the teams there, boys, I think Devonport perhaps look a little bit taller, just a little bit bigger.
They're a little less taller without their coach out there, which is disappointing, as you mentioned off the top of the broadcast. Commentary guides haven't been kind to us again this weekend, boys. The jumpers still haven't arrived for Glenorchy, so all of these star players in different numbers, Brownie, which isn't helpful.
Yeah, that's not going to make it easy for us, but we'll work with that, boys. So interested to see some of the matchups. As I said, I think young Brad Chard will go to Jay Bowden. And another great story, boys. Jai Clayton is playing his first game for Devonport today. I expect him to pick up Jay's brother Tyler. Lost 20 kilos in the off-season, so he's actually going to make his debut at the ripe old age of 32.
Wow.
So keep your eye on him,
Looking
Jai
forward
Clayton.
Do you know much about Brody Connolly, Cam? Mitch Thorpe was talking him up in the pre-season, and has come on pretty well.
Yeah, he'll wear the long sleeves, number 10 today, Brent. So really competitive player. Wears the long sleeves every game apparently. He's come across from Ulverston, so we'll hear a lot about these different boys that have come, in particular from Ulverston, Latrobe and Deloraine, some of these youngsters that have come across today as we make their way into the midfield here. And it's a pretty formidable lineup, isn't it, for Glenorchy in the midfield, with some of the stars in there as we have a look at Rainbird, Mott, and also Webb by the look of it in the centre bounce.
Mitch Thorpe coaching from the boundary, Cam, normally out there, of course. Is that unusual for him if he's not playing to be coaching from the boundary?
Yeah, I think I have seen him in the past when he's been unavailable to play because of injury, coach from the sideline and perhaps with a young group. That's why he's going to do that.
Well, here we go. It is number 1 away, round number 2. And we are away. There we go, bounce up. It's gone the way of Glenorchy. Good little bump there off the ball. It comes out nicely to Dylan Riley. He does well, but it's scrappy stuff here at centre half forward for the Pies. That is, of course, Glenorchy being both the Pies, and we'll see a ball up here.
Good player, Dylan Riley. I think 3rd in the Tassie medal last year. Brent, and the best and fairest winner for Devonport last year. So terrific player for them.
Yeah, looking forward to watching him go around today, Ken. Looking forward to watching Devonport as a whole, to be honest, as we get the ball up. Rainbird's near the footy, but it's kicked inside for Glenorchy. Jay Bowden chases hard. Will he get there? He won't. Goes out of bounds. Boundary throw in.
Yeah, as predicted there. Brad Chard is the man to pick up Jay.
Looks like they've got someone running around on Reece Mott as well there, boys. Ryan Kelly's got the job out there, sticking to him nice and close. So a ball in, right in the pocket for Glenorchy. Ruck contest, one down by Duffy. Big punch, but it's gone out of bounds again.
Big day for Mitch Hills, Cam. He was at the Mariners this morning and out here this afternoon playing for Glenorchy.
Yeah, the Mariners unfortunately went down by a couple of goals today, Brent. So disappointing result for them, but still a lot to like about some of the players that ran around, particularly for next year, I think, in the Mariners squad for 2018.
Ball back in Glenorchy's forward 50. Scrappy start to this game. A few minutes in. Ball doesn't come out, and the umpire will ball this one up. About 20 metres out from Glenorchy's goal.
I think Duffy will be the one to watch in the ruck there for Glenorchy, boys. He played very well last week.
Up it goes again. Hills. Bowden. Jay Bowden kicks a goal. It's a great start for Glenorchy. And Bowden gets the first for the Magpies, and they're off to the best of starts here.
There's no better kick around the body, I don't think, in the state than Jay Bowden. He's just terrific, and probably too much latitude there, too much room in the stoppage, so in the ruck work there. Keep your eye out for the Devonport ruckman too, boys. Levi Creedon, he's a 201 centimetre. He's in the Mariners squad as we just look at the replay here, and Jay, beautiful right foot snap around the body. But yeah, Levi Creedon, he's in the Mariners. He's a cricketer, boys, and he's got two brothers, both over 200 centimetres.
Nothing Cam Brown does not know about local football when you're pulling out stats like that. Devonport drive it inside 50 for the first time. A nice mark taken there by Quade Byard. And he'll slow it down and take his time here and try and get Devonport's first score on the board.
It was an interesting mark there. He sort of did it with the flight here. We'll check it out in the replay in just a minute. But has he got the journey here, Brownie?
Don't think he'll quite get there. Quite. He's had 2 knee reconstructions, so it's great to see him back playing footy.
Pushes it to the left, Byard, and doesn't register a score. In fact, it's out on the full.
No, it's been touched, so it'll be a throw-in. Right in the pocket here for Devonport. They love to get one on the board early in the piece. Going back to that Glenorchy goal, boys, there's just too much space there for Bowden.
In it comes again. Devonport tied up with the footy, and
Oh,
I think it's holding the
goodness
ball,
me.
so Glenorchy will get the free kick.
Very
And
smart
away they
again.
go. Yeah, Mott to Rainbird in the back pocket. Delivers it forward for the Magpies. Arnold's there. But, Devonport managed to get a hold of the footy, and it looks like we'll have another ball up. So Glenorchy lead this one 6 to Devonport, yet to score. As we mentioned pre-game, Mitch Thorpe out, the coach of Devonport for the next month or so. Glenorchy now drive it inside 50 again. Hills is there, punched away though by the Magpies. Hills still lurking though, and throws down a good take. It was taking him high, and the free kick going to Devonport. So we're 4 minutes into this game here at KG5, round 2 of the Tasmanian State League for 2017.
Chard chips it in, finds Butler. Butler at half back. No real movement up in the wing here. So he'll probably have to kick long. He does so, straight in the Duffy direction, and Duffy will take it. That's too easy for the ruckman.
He's a big boy, isn't he?
He's a huge lad.
Massive unit. So Duffy goes short, and it's a terrible kick, and it's Byard again who intercepts and switches play to the opposite side of the ground here at KG5. The mark taken by Bo Sharman. Drives it forward again for the Magpies, the Northwest Magpies. It's tough for a commentator when you've got 2 Magpies out there, boys.
Do we just call them the Port, you reckon?
Might have to. They go inside 50 again, but straight to the opposition. The mark couldn't be taken though by Jordan Arnold. It'll get the it'll be paid.
They're hard ones to stand under, I reckon, Breno. When the ball's coming in like that just on top of you to stand your ground, very well done.
Here's Braden Webb. Kicks it away to Geared from the back pocket. Arnold gets it off to Webster. And he goes along now for the Pies. Bowden lurking. manages to control the footy, snap, and the mark, bounces off the chest of Smith, tucks it under the arm though, and again, Borks weaves, kicks, snaps, and goal. So great start here for Glenorchy. It's Liam Smith that gets Glenorchy second. They lead this one 2 goals, none, 12 to Devonport yet to score.
We'll go right back to the half-back flank here. That was just brilliant by Webster to cut through the lines and kick it long to Bowden, who just did well again. And the noise that was coming from that man there, Smith, who kicked the goal in the end, was incredible. He was the loudest man on the ground, and that's why he got the ball.
He's a really competitive player, Liam Smith. Very strong below the hips and very good kick for goal. Normally one of the better kicks in Glenorchy's side, and they've got some terrific users of the footy, as we know, but a smart finish.
So back in the middle, Glenorchy on the ball with 2 straight goals. Devonport yet to score. An advantage call. Free kick in the middle, driven long. Mark taken down there by Creedon.
So Devonport need to score here. They're off to a slow start. Glenorchy 2 goals on the board already. The ball goes out of bounds.
Really nice play coming through the back half there by Liam Williams, boys. Number 14 for Devonport, left footer. Keep your eye on him. He's a distributor. He'll play off half back. Spent some time away in Queensland. He's also the club physio.
He should be an AFL recruiter, Brownie. You are all over it. Umpire's blowing the whistle here, and a free kick going the way of Glenorchy, and it'll go to Cam Duffy, I think. He's put his hand up for the ball anyway. Wait for it to come back. We'll go to Duffy. So Rainbird now for Glenorchy. Slows himself down, handballs over the top to Duffy, who manages to get away beautifully for a big man. Kicks the ball to the wing. Tyler Bowden's there. Jay Bowden gets it though. Handballs over the top to the running Tyler Bowden. Off to Joseph, who played really well last week for Glenorchy. And the mark couldn't be intercepted there by the Magpies. Still in the hands of Glenorchy and Webb. Here's Duffy again, who's been busy the last couple of minutes. Reese Mott backwards now to Webb again. James Webb. Joseph's there, but Tyler Bowden takes the mark and plays on and goes bang. And Glenorchy get their third, so they are running away with it very early in this game. 8 minutes mark of the first quarter. Glenorchy 3 straight 18. Devonport yet to score.
Yeah, just too strong here, wasn't he, Tyler? He's become a very important player for them. He played with the club a few years ago and spent some time away, but is now playing predominantly up forward and just a little bit too strong there for young Phil Davis, the 17-year-old, who played his first game for Devonport last week. But Tyler's become a really reliable goal kicker for them, Tubes, in the last couple of seasons.
Yeah, I like watching these Bowden brothers. They're just beautiful to watch, and they get out and they know each other so well, obviously being brothers. And as we see, Bowden again in the middle, off to Rainbird. Rainbird drills one down low, and that's a good solid mark taken down there. Is that?
It's your man, it's Reece Mott.
My man, Motty. Got a bit of a man crush here, boys. Love it. He's such a good user of the ball. And he'll have a shot from about 30 metres out.
Very nice player, Reece Mott. We saw that last week. He dominated against Hobart City Demons, and he'll kick now.
Didn't get the votes though.
No, we'll have to ask Adam Smith about that during the week as Reece Mott lines up to kick Glenorchy's fourth. Looks okay off the boot, but just pushed away to the right for a minor score.
Let me down there, Motty. So Glenorchy 3-1-19. Devonport yet to score. About 9.5 minutes gone in this first term of Southern Cross Tasmanian State League here from KG5. Taking the ball out nicely there, done there by Williams. Big long kick out wide. Devonport with the numbers. Free kick going the way of Devonport for a Shepherd.
It's going to go to Brady Connolly, boys.
That's your man, isn't it? You've called him.
No,
as your man.
I claimed him. Yeah,
Did you?
Yeah. No, Mitch Thorpe's been pumping him up all pre-season, so looking forward to seeing what he's got to offer today. As Devonport have it through Liam Williams at half back.
It's a beautiful kick, Williams.
It was a nice kick straight back to Connolly, who's a pretty tall unit, isn't he, Connolly? And he drives it long for the Magpies. Mark couldn't be taken. In fact, it's intercepted by Glenorchy, but Devonport are good enough to get it back. A high handball, punched away by Duffy. But still with the Magpies, Byard. And Duffy manages to take the mark.
just finds the right spot, doesn't he?
He does. He's a very clever footballer. Mitch Rainbird goes backwards to Jay Bowden, who's now down back. Josh Arnold delivers it forward. Magpies in control here at the moment. They lead it 3-1-19 to no score. Here's Zach Webster. He's in trouble. Managed to get the handball away. Mott now again, who's been busy early in this first quarter. Gets it inside 50. Glenorchy still have the ball. Handballs into the goal square. Here's Mitch Hills. Turns around. Went to go on the right. In a little bit of trouble. Good enough to get the handball away. And now the Devonport Magpies. Oh, big tackle there. And he's been pinged for holding the ball. So great tackle there from Ben Camrick, who didn't play last week, guys. And a great addition. Oh, it's going the other way. In the back. So
we'll have a look on the
let's
replay here, boys.
Replay.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Yep, no,
okay.
it was there. In the back. So Devonport will try to get out of defence as the ball comes out wide, nicely out to Hawks. Hawks again onto his Port teammate.
This is
Kurt Byard.
Kurt Byard,
Yeah.
boys. He was the assistant coach last year as Devonport, but actually decided to put the boots on and play with his brother Quade this year.
So intercept here from Glenorchy. They go inside 50 again, just. But Devonport Magpies control the ball out of defence. Tyler Bowden chasing hard. And Glenorchy through Joseph. Again into attack. Braden Webb went up. Mitch Hills now. Tucks the ball under the arm. And goes around on the right. It's a high ball over the posts. And Glenorchy get their fourth through Mitch Hills. And they are off to a dominant start in this opening quarter of the round 2 match here at KG5.
I don't want to rip into too many blokes too early in the piece here, but this handball from the ex-coach missed the mark, and it just went downhill from there.
Yeah, Kurt Byard, he'd like his time over again for that. He's an experienced player, and they need some of their leaders at the moment, Devonport, to try and wrestle back some control here, get their hands on the footy. Glenorchy really hurt them on the spread.
Strength from Hills there in that contest as the ball just sailed over the goal umpire's head. He's been very good. Just provides a big body down there at full forward for the Magpies.
Warm and windy afternoon here at KG5. Conditions a little blustery out there for players. Ball intercepted. The umpire's blowing the whistle here. And it looks like the free kick is going the way of Glenorchy. And it looks like it's going to... No, it's not. It's going to
go
Devonport.
to Dylan Snore, boys.
Okay.
The little back pocket player from Devonport, a little defender from Deloraine. Played his first game last week as well.
Just from off-the-ball stuff there from Joseph, I think, a little bit undisciplined, but Schnorr will take the kick. Out wide, finds Butler. Butler off a half-back here, has a man running long, but pressure coming from Webster. That's great attack on the footy, and he runs forward again. Here's a chance now for Bowden. Over the back, can he gather it cleanly? No, it bounced cruel, but Joseph's there, and that is beautiful work by the Glenorchy Footy Club. Another individual goal kicker. This time it's Joseph. What great attack on the ball from Webster on this close wing here, boys.
That was an awesome piece of play, Brownie. They dominated right out of the centre there and resulted in their 5th goal. So they 5-1-31 to Devonport, yet to score. So what would Mitch Thorpe be thinking at the moment?
Well, they're a young group, aren't they? And we said that before the game, and we've said it already a few times today. 9 players made their debut last week, so they haven't got a lot of experience, but they just need to probably get their skill errors are hurting them there. Young Butler off half-back, who's one of their more experienced players, played at centre-half-back last week and was one of their better players, but a great interception, as Tube said, from Webster there to create that goal.
Just had some insightful special comments from our cameraman, Martin Duffy, who informed me that the Websters play like the Websters. It's hard to disagree with that. So thanks for that, Duff. He's doing a wonderful job there on the lens today.
Ball back in the middle. Devonport just needs something here, Brownie, I think. Just something to get their appetite going.
One of the players to look for, boys, is probably the number 8, Mitch Perry. He played at Latrobe's senior premiership team last year. He's a real in and under grunt player. He's in the team of the week last week since coming across from Latrobe, so they need to get the ball in his hands.
So the skipper, Braden Webb, goes inside 50. Jay Bowden takes a nice mark. Probably about 40 metres out, slight angle, and going on form. You'd expect them to kick this one, Brownie.
You would. It's just their foot skills, Glenorchy, that have been electric. And we know they lost some class out of the back half in Hayden, in particular, and Joseph, some of those beautiful kicks of the footy, but they look to have lost nothing, and you slip Webster back into that lineup. Rainbird with some of his foot skills today has been terrific. We know Mott kicks the ball really well, and Smith, and so they're getting some really easy looks at goal, and Jay has missed one by the look of it, Tubes.
Yep, he's let you down there.
Pretty blustery conditions here, boys. I think it's going left to right looking at the flags. It's a bit hard to tell from this angle, but very tricky conditions out there. You mentioned Braden Butler before, Tubes. Best on ground last week for the Magpies, so keen to see what he offers up today, Brownie.
Yeah, he's an ex-Mariner, Brent, and played a few years ago. Played with Devonport for a while now, and will probably play centre half back, but can go forward and kick a goal. So they really need him to stand up today, and looks like he's going to get plenty of ball down his way, because it's been all Glenorchy so far with numerous inside 50. So let's hope Devonport can get their hands on the footy here, Tubes, at this stoppage.
Yeah, I think if anything, the breeze may be favouring the left of screen here, which is Glenorchy's way, but probably going across the ground as we speak. So another ball up here at half forward for the Magpies. That is the Glenorchy Magpies, of course. They just don't want to leak too many more goals here, the Port, I don't think, because the heads will drop.
It'll get pretty ugly if they do. As we see the ball tied up there, the umpire's blown his whistle, and a free kick going the way of Devonport. And it looks like it's going to go to Logan Bissett. And he looks for an option. Not much on offer for him at the moment, so he goes short to Riley. And now we see the Magpies play on right up the wing. Just going to take their time here and trying to turn the ball over.
Well,
that's just happened though, and Glenorchy now through Rainbird. Tied up though by Riley. And it'll be a ball up on the far side here at KG5. And looks like the rain's coming, boys. After I said how hot and nice it was, looking at Mount Wellington at the moment, bit of cloud cover, a bit of rain, and
double rainbow if you don't
might be
mind.
in some trouble here a little later on.
Ball comes out, Devonport try to get possession, no luck. It comes out to Glenorchy, they're doing well. Rainbird's there as well, possibly a free kick. It'll be tied up here and we'll see another ball up again. 18 minutes just gone in this first term of round 2 Southern Cross State League here from KG5, streaming across the whole entire globe, possibly the universe.
Ball spills to ground again and players dive on top of it, and we'll have another ball up.
Been pretty scrappy the last 5 minutes, boys. Nothing really doing. No real clean possession. So that's good pressure from Devonport there, I think.
Ball kicked out by Reece Mott inside 50 for Glenorchy. Jay Bowden scoops it up, throws it on the left. It's a high ball. Joseph's underneath it. Coming through is Tyler Bowden. Joseph, and I think a free kick will be paid here, boys. The player in question didn't have it. I think advantage is being paid, though, and Glenorchy kicked their 6th. So it is all the Southern Magpies, all one-way traffic here at KG5. They're now 6-2-38. Devonport yet to score on the Cam Brown scoreboard.
The Cam Brown scoreboard.
Pick who kicked that goal then, Brent. It might have been young Joel Millhouse, was it, who played his first game last week for the club?
Let's have a look at the replay here. We see Joseph get the nice handball out. Advantage was paid. A little bit of confusion, and he actually lost the footy there for a quick moment, but went on to kick the goal. So well done to the Magpies who get their 6th. We're back underway in the middle. Braden Webb delivers it out of the centre. Beautiful clearance. Hills running after it. Picked up by Bowden again. He's right on the 50-metre line. Delivers it inside 50. Zach Webster couldn't take the mark. And Devonport get it out of danger again.
But it's coming straight back because Braden Webb's hot on the ball there. He's got time. Dodges one, gets his handball away. Great little tackle out there. Byard does well to wrap up his opponent, and it's gone out of bounds, and we'll see a boundary throw-in.
Brandy, we mentioned Glenorchy's fast start here. They've just been dominant at this ground for so long. Their last loss was 2014 against North Launceston late in the season. It's been an unbelievable fortress for them.
Yeah, it's when they play, 9 or 10 games at home, they're well on the way. So they just play it so well, and their foot skills can really cut the opposition up. They run, they spread really well.
Here's a chance for Devonport as they move the ball up the wing, but that kick's gone out of bounds, and it'll be a free kick going the way of Glenorchy through Harry Parker.
He's pretty good last week, Parker. They just set up so well. Aaron Cornelius has got them so well drilled when they haven't got the footy. to do their best to regain territory and get the ball back, and then once they get it in their hands, they're so deadly.
Here's Glenorchy again, but still with Devonport. Scrappy affair, as we mentioned earlier in this game, but they've got it inside 50 now. A rare inside 50 for the Magpies. Chance for their first goal, though. It's a running kick, snap round the body, punched away by the Magpies, though, and Josh Arnold will see it over for rush behind. Brings it back in very quickly, and Webb now in a little bit of trouble.
Wall,
he did, but managed to get out of there. And Glenorchy now coming up the Glenorchy side wing here at KG5. Bowden again.
Kicks it to his brother, Tyler Bowden. Centre wing. Nothing really to kick to. Needs to wait a little while to get some big targets down there. Hills doesn't move, so he switches into the middle of the ground. Finds his teammate in Arnold. That's Josh. Clever kick to Hills. Just missed the target, and it's gone out of bounds.
Mentioned pre-game Mitch Thorpe not playing in this game. He'd be a frustrated coach at the moment, Cam, on the boundary there. Down by 37 points just after time on in this first quarter. Ball back in play. Hills in the ruck. Had it all on his own. And now Glenorchy with possession again. Webster gets it off to his teammate who kicks it straight to the opposition. And Devonport have a chance to go back now and regroup a little. Play on. And Bayard takes the mark. Centre half back. And they've got a little bit of time here. A few numbers.
They just haven't had a chance to get clean possession of the ball because Glenorchy are too good at this sort of stuff, cutting off marks like that with Dilger. He kicks long, finds Bowden, into the middle to the big man in Duffy. And cut off nicely there by Chard.
Here's Bayard. And intercepted again from the Magpies, but they see it over.
It's a good mark by Chard there, boys, going back with the flight of the ball. You mentioned before the game, he's a very competitive player, but on Jay Bowden today, so it's a tough ask. He's got the footy. It's going to be around him a fair bit this afternoon.
Ball back in, Duffy in the ruck. Taps it to himself and taps it down to Rainbird, actually. And Glenorchy look for another goal, but just to the left and a minor score. So they lead now 6-3-39 to Devonport 1 behind, and we've gone 23 minutes in this first quarter.
Devonport bring it out now. Finds Williams. Just no real clear path for their forwards to move into even. Glenorchy doing a very good job at just blocking the zone. Big contest and a huge grab.
Great mark.
That's a brilliant mark down there by Dylan Riley. He's got to come into the game. We need to start calling his name a bit more. He moves the ball on quickly. Just a little stab pass, but it's cut off nicely by the Magpies, and they will cross the ball.
They'll be pretty unhappy with their disposal here, Devonport, as Glenorchy come again into attack. Webster right in the middle of KG5. He goes with his right and hits Tyler Bowden on the chest. A beautiful kick. That's the type of delivery you see in the AFL, Cam, isn't it? A beautiful kick of the footy, Zach Webster.
It's a terrific kick that got to Webster and his ability by foot, and a terrific lead. He leads very well. He gives him a target, straightens him up too.
Just to be able to deliver that ball though, Brownie, that's underestimated, that sort of kick. And beautiful lead, as you say, but to deliver under pressure like Zach Webster did, that's probably why he got a call up to the Hawks.
Tyler Bowden, he's going to kick directly in front, 48 metres out. He loads up on his right. Looks okay off the boot. It's split the middle, and Tyler Bowden kicks Glenorchy's 7th. They move to 45 points. Devonport 1 behind, so a 44-point lead, not even at quarter time, Camp.
He's become a very reliable target and very reliable kick for goal too, Tyler Bowden. So not sure what Devonport have got to do here. To their credit, they haven't thrown numbers behind the footy. It's going to be a fair bit of education for them today. And you mentioned Mitch Thorpe, obviously not playing today, but Crowden, Hazelwood, Clay Griffiths, Douglas, both Thorpe, Watling, these are the sort of names that are no longer at the footy club. So let's hope some youngsters emerge over the next 3 and a bit quarters, boys.
Bowden handballs off quickly to the running Dilger. He gets along, but to no one in particular. Handball misses the mark from the Port player. Comes out nicely there to Hawks, who kicks out wide, but Bowden's there to mop it up. That's Tyler. Handball's back to Arnold. Arnold into the middle. Finds that man there in Geared. Geared at centre wing, looking to attack.
They go forward. Glenorchy. Here's Bowden again. Couldn't take the mark on that occasion. Still in play, though, through Rainbird. Rees-Mott snaps it round on his left. Duffy's there for the Magpies. Managed to get the tap away, very clever. And Glenorchy just gets a minor score on that occasion.
Yeah, Liam Smith it might have been with a hurried snap there, I think, Brent.
Just quickly here, boys. I mean, last week we saw Glenorchy sort of get run over the top of in that first quarter. Do you reckon Ace has said to his Chargers this week, boys, I don't want to see that happen again. Let's come out and smack them hard in this first quarter, and they've done exactly that.
Ball back in play. Headed towards the boundary. Dilger.
Well, you're right, Church. Their first quarter was...
He's got the free kick there, Dilger. So was interfered there by Dylan Riley, and Dilger now goes forward, and a mark taken by Smith. Fast becoming one of my favourite players, Liam Smith, boys. He's
Look, at under 18 Mariners level, Brent, he also plays a top age, and he didn't do a lot wrong. Won a lot of the footy. Maybe from an AFL club's perspective, might have been leg speed his issue, but he does a lot of things well, Liam Smith.
If we look to the boundary, boys, we didn't pick this up last week, but I certainly did after the game. Josh Watts is the runner for Glenorchy, former Brisbane Lion, and was signed by the Magpies during the week, still battling a bit of osteitis pubis, and they expect him to play in May. So he'll be just another player that would strengthen up this team, which would be just quite unbelievable.
Yeah, spoke to Grant Fagan, who's doing a bit of mentoring and coaching with Aaron Cornelius on the way into the ground today, and he mentioned exactly that. Brent, I think he'll be about 4 or 5 weeks away, Josh Watts, but he'll be a great acquisition to the team.
You mentioned Grant Fagan there. He was actually at GWS training yesterday, Cam, having a very interesting conversation with Leon Cameron. Does he work for GWS here in Tasmania?
No, I think that was more about Leon Cameron sounding out Grant about how to play Bellerive Oval. So,
any history there between those two? Or
not
how do they know each other?
Well, I'm just guessing with a link with Leon Cameron at the Hawthorn Footy Club when Grant's brother Chris was involved. Might have been the connection there.
So back here at KG5, ball in, centre wing, Devonport, win the ruck, tap down, ball rolling, no clean possession here for Devonport, dive on the ball, and we'll see a ball in. Long quarter, boys, but I guess there's been 7 goals, so fair amount of time on.
Yeah, 28-minute mark of this first quarter. Ball up in the air, and we've seen a change in the ruck for Glenorchy. Hall's in the ruck. As we see another ball up, so 46 plays 1. Watching the round 2 clash between Glenorchy and Devonport here right around the world through Duff TV.
Devonport would like to jag one here just to get a bit of confidence, but Arnold takes the mark nice and easy for Glenorchy and squashes any hope there. Although it's slipped through the hands of that man in Quinn, but they've mopped up again nicely. Ball rolling out wide to Salter. Keeps the ball in nicely, but gets wrapped up in a tackle and threw it away, but the ball had beaten him. Oh no, he caught one around the neck, so Salter will take it here from the back pocket for Glenorchy.
Big moment pre-game, boys, with the Magpies unveiling their premiership flag from last year, which was good. There it is, quarter time. Glenorchy 7-4, 46, Devonport 1 behind. So all one-way traffic in this opening quarter at KG5. Glenorchy by far the dominant team and just had multiple goal kickers. Tubes, did you write those down?
I did, yep. There were multiple goal kickers. There were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different goal kickers. How does that work? 7. I missed one.
I think Tyler Bowden has got 2 goals, hasn't he, boys? Is that right? No, I think I missed. Yeah, Tyler does have 2. So Tyler Bowden has 2, Liam Smith with 1, Jay Bowden 1, Mitchell Hills with 1, Matt Joseph with 1, and Millhouse with 1 as well there, boys. Apologies about that, fellas.
Brownie's a teacher, never argue with a teacher.
Thanks, Brownie. Brownie, how do you see Devonport coming back into this game?
Yeah, it's going to be a long road for them, I think, but hopefully they can just get their hands on the footy. They seem to be under enormous pressure, and then the defensive side of their game, unfortunately, broke down a little bit when Glenorchy had the footy, and with their elite foot skills heading inside to some of the forward 50 targets. Hills was pretty prominent for them, and so too Tyler Bowden, who was mentioned, and then you've got Jay up there. So, look, they probably need a little bit more out of some of their experienced players, and perhaps that's the message, Tubes, from Mitch Thorpe. They probably need Sharman to get his hands on the footy. He's a 150-game player and captain of the footy club. So, Quade Byard, Braden Butler, Brad Simons, these sort of players really need to get their hands on the footy for Devonport. And look, they need to score, don't they? They need to get forward and get some momentum on the scoreboard first and foremost, just for their confidence, particularly early in this second quarter.
And Breno, Glenorchy were just ruthless.
They were. They picked up where they left off from last week, because that's exactly what they were against Hobart City Demons. And to come out and bang 7 through in the opening term is just signs of a premiership winning team, that's for sure. So Aaron Cornelius, though, looking in the huddle, he's not a happy man. So obviously not doing some things right, the Glenorchy boys, but he wouldn't be too disappointed with a 46-1 head start, you wouldn't think.
No, all right, we'll have a quick little break here from the stream. Ladies and gentlemen, stick around. Second quarter of the round 2 clash between Glenorchy and Devonport here from KG5. It is Southern Cross, Tasmanian State League. We'll be right back in just a few moments.
Our best talent, our premier competition. This is not a right. This is a privilege.
We know how to play.
This isn't given, it's earned.
We know what we need to do.
You've done years of hard work to get here. Hard yakka. Blood, sweat, tears.
Get up, let's get into it, boys!
It's time to step up, because you won't get a second crack. Moment by moment, centimetre by centimetre, effort by effort. Fight, fight, fight until the siren sounds and the song is sung. It's not up to me, it's up to you. Do you want it enough? This is not just a game. This is the Tasmanian State League. Our best talent, our premier competition. This is not a right. This is a privilege.
We know how to play.
This isn't given, it's earned.
We know what we need to do.
You've done years of hard work to get here. Hard yakka. Blood, sweat, tears.
Get up, let's get into it, boys!
It's time to step up, because you won't get a second crack. Moment by moment, centimetre by centimetre, effort by effort. Fight, fight, fight until the siren sounds and the song is sung. It's not up to me, it's up to you. Do you want it enough? This is not just a game. This is the Tasmanian State League. Our best talent, our premier competition.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to KG5. It is Southern Cross Tasmanian State League, round 2 between Devonport and Glenorchy here at KG5. Second quarter about to start, and we'll take it away there, Breno.
Umpire throwing the ball up in the middle. And we saw Bowden there early, but Bayard and Devonport will have first piece of play here in the second term. They deliver it forward. Arnold's there for Glenorchy, but in fact, Glenorchy turned the ball over, and Webb's there at the intercept mark. Couldn't be taken on the chest there by Braden Scott. And now Glenorchy through Mott.
Up to the wing, Joseph is leading the man to the ball, pushes off nicely, but Devonport do well. Coming through hard at the footy is Kemrick. He does good as well. Managed to keep his feet. Mott with a silky handball, gets it back. He's under extreme pressure, just throws the ball up in the air, keeps going. Work their way back now through Arnold, who pushes it forward over Bowden's head, and the ball rolls out of bounds right on the forward 50 for Glenorchy.
Tell you what, boys, it's turned into a beautiful day here again at KG5. The rain was threatening about 15 minutes ago, but beautiful blue skies, warm weather, blustery out there still, and it looks like the wind may have changed slightly and may be favouring the right hand of your screen.
Free kick going the way of Glenorchy here. Not sure what it was for, but it will be your man Webb, Brownie.
Yeah, as we've mentioned a few times, his father, Ricky Hanlon, a former William Leach medalist and premiership player at New Norfolk back in Burnie, 8-6-54. So 62-point winners, Tubes. You weren't too far out. You said Launceston by 10 goals. So
I did.
Well, Burnie certainly haven't disgraced themselves there, have they? Obviously, a fairly heavy loss, I suppose, but
they're a young team too.
They are a young team, so I reckon they won't be too disheartened with that. As the ball goes towards Glenorchy's goal again, here's Bowden, and he's dragged over the line by Brad Chard, and we'll have another boundary throw in.
Very, very quick thinking down there from my man Reece Mott here, just off the ground there. Bowden couldn't take the mark, but it's gone out of bounds and stayed in the attacking zone for Glenorchy. Webster, very quick, very elusive. Here's a chance for him swinging around on that right boot, and he's drilled it. What a goal. An absolute juicer there from Zachy Webster. And just look how much time he had there, boys. Unbelievable. A lot of bend on it. Beautiful work from Zach Webster, the ex-Hawthorn champion.
Wonderful composure, wasn't it? Yeah, beautiful call, Tubes. Just wonderful composure, wasn't it? He spun out of the pack. He just had the presence of mind to hold on to the footy, work his way through traffic, and beautiful right foot kick around the body. And, we jumped out to a 57-point lead. Just
so much time there, boys. And I mean, it's that first 3 steps to have that bit of extra time. It gives him the chance to just assess the goals and drill it through. Beautiful work there from Zach Webster. Nice goal. That is his first for the game.
Here's Glenorchy again. Camrick, Webb. And they've got plenty of options, don't they, all the time, the Magpies. Here they go again. Right towards their goal. Hills couldn't take the one-handed mark. Rainbird's there. Umpire lets it all go, which I've noticed a lot in the AFL the last couple of days, boys. The umpire's letting the ball go a lot more. And a free kick, though, is going the way of Tyler Bowden, and he'll kick from about 25 metres out on an angle.
I think the umpire could have been talked into that free kick there, boys, just having a look at this replay. Didn't really have a lot of time here. But free kick all the same. So Tyler having a shot at his 3rd goal. I reckon the Bowden brothers spent hours and hours kicking the footy to each other, and that's just missed to the near side here for one behind.
So we're just 12 and a half minutes into this second quarter. It is all Glenorchy, 64-point leaders at the moment. Devonport yet to register a goal. As it starts to get a little darker here at KG5, this is of course a twilight fixture. And it's still quite warm, boys, which is good for us out here in the elements. Not behind the glass as we were last Friday night. Umpire's blowing the whistle here. Free kick going the way of Devonport.
Yeah, Conlon and O'Connelly, I should say. He's a classy, athletic mover.
Oh, it's a terrible
give a guy
kick.
a rap.
Terrible kick straight to Jay Bowden, who just misses his brother. Tyler couldn't hang on to the mark. And Devonport are lucky there. Oh, Josh Arnold with the tackle. Umpire lets it go. They'll now come
Not
in
for
and
long.
start holding
It was
the ball.
a
He's
terrific
been
play,
pinked.
terrific tackle from Arnold.
He's an
Both those
underrated
boys,
player.
oh,
Both of them,
incredibly
you're right.
underrated.
Yeah, they've been the generals there for Glenorchy for a long
And they
time
can
now.
play on bigs, they can play on smalls,
Yep.
and they're great users of the footy.
Rainbird's there, but the umpire's blown the whistle before the ball landed, and the free kick going the way of Devonport, and it's going the way of Jai Clayton.
Yeah, playing his first game today, as we mentioned in the build-up, lost 20 kilos over the off-season, and he makes his debut at 32.
Oh! Josh Arnold couldn't quite get there, but that would have been spectacular if he managed to get it. Now, Webb tucks the footy under his arm and goes.
He's got very neat skills, Webb.
Dilger, right in the middle of KG5. Webb, that's Braden Webb, premiership skipper from 2016, of course. And the mark, oh, couldn't take it, Smith. But Bowden, clever, gets the goal. Glenorchy have their 10th, their 10-5-65. Devonport one behind.
Well, I'm not sure what's going on here, boys, but I've got 11 goals.
Have you?
So I'm going to have a quick word to the man on the scoreboard over there. And just
Who's right,
double check.
Tubes?
I reckon I'm
You're down
right.
the scoreboard?
I'm keeping a very close eye on it, boys. But look at that. 65.
Well, I'm going with YouTubes. I'm going to back you in.
Brett Stubbs from the Mercury sitting here with us. I
It's,
imagine Stubbs will be writing down the goal scorers. No, he's going with the scoreboard. So
Scoreboard's wrong. Well,
Scoreboard
we've
is
heard it
wrong.
from Stubbsy. Tubes
There
is
you go.
correct. Well done, Tubes. As Glenorchy will get a free kick here in the middle of the ground.
did you say well done, Tubes?
Oh, just Tubes in myself. That's the way.
Tubes.
Acknowledging his own work. I like it.
Here's a chance now for Joseph.
He's pretty good, Joseph, last week as well.
No one's playing on Rainbird. Rainbird quickly straight to the hot spot, and Devonport do well to kill it, and it's gone through for a behind. Yeah, I'll fix my scoreboard here, so I'm correct. 72 plays 1. You watch, we'll see the goal umpires go over and run to the scoreboard here, boys.
Be a
We'll
mad
be
panic.
sure to get that at half time. As Devonport bring the ball out into their back pocket. Again, not a lot of movement here for Devonport. Just a long kick up the line. Duffy flies, just punches away, and we'll see another boundary throw-in.
Well, it's certainly been a pulsating start to this game for Glenorchy. 11-6-72 the scoreboard. Oh no, they've gone to 11-5-71.
Oh, no.
So they caught up
Fellas,
and they've gone backwards again.
Fellas, you watch. It'll be all fixed. Duffy, tap down quickly. Devonport first to the ball. Handballed back towards Butler, who's had a big job. Kicked forward again for the Port, but it's all Glenorchy down here. They can raffle it down there, the boys. The Magpies get their handball away. Clever backwards, but great pressure there from Devonport as the ball's on half forward for the Devonport Power Magpies, whatever you want to call them, and we'll see a holding the ball call going the way of Port. It'll be a free kick going the way of Sharman.
A good build-up from Devonport. Mitch Perry with his hands on the footy, one of the better players for them last week, coming across from Latrobe, just a 17-year-old.
Ball goes into attack for Devonport, but it's quickly turned over by Glenorchy, and James Webb, the brother of Braden, of course, goes to Tyler Bowden, who takes a good mark
So
right on the
strong.
wing.
So clean
strong.
with his hands.
Bit of chirp there too between Tyler Bowden and Kurt Byard. Just letting him know he got the mark. Goes short to Rainbird, who's
Hasn't got an
managed to get by
opponent
himself.
today,
Cam
Brenno.
Duffy by himself in the middle, and that's the option he decides to use. Duffy swings it, switches play to the right-hand side of the ground, the commentary side of the ground. Josh Arnold now with plenty of time. He goes right on 50. We're right behind that one, but unfortunately it's pushed to the left, and Mitch Hills was there, but it's gone through for a minor score.
I think I mentioned Mitch Perry was a 17-year-old. Apologies there.
So the scoreboard's still a point behind what we have. We've got Glenorchy 11-7-73, Devonport 1 behind. And
Mott.
a mark, great mark taken there by Mott. Goes quickly And has the loose man in Braden Webb, who goes right from 47 metres out. It's a wobbly looking kick, but it doesn't matter. It's a goal. Braden Webb scores for Glenorchy, and they are dominating this round 2 clash at KG5.
He's one of the lead-on ballers in the competition, Braden Webb, and his just ability to extract the ball in stoppages, and he's become a very good kick for goal. And when you combine that with great ball-winning ability in contested situations, becomes a pivotal player for the footy club, and obviously a great leader as well.
This is getting really ugly now for Devonport. We're almost at time on in the second quarter, yet to register a goal, and the lead is 77 points. So Mitch Thorpe, what would he be thinking now, Cam? We know it's a young group, but he wouldn't want a result like this.
Yeah, they swung a few changes. Young Phil Davis has gone into the ruck.
He's Glenorchy again. They're just getting the centre clearances so well. Mitch Hills couldn't take the mark. Mott, unfortunately, sprays it and out of bounds on the full.
I'm off him, boys.
No, he's caught on his wrong side, Tubes, in fairness to him.
I'm off him. He's done me no favours. So Devonport to bring it in from the back pocket. We've seen this a lot. They cross the ball, finding Butler. Butler has a running man in Kelly. Kelly gets crunched by Millhouse, and it's gone for another boundary throw-in.
As we mentioned, boys, the AFL result earlier, the GWS and North Melbourne clash at Blunston Arena today, which means probably a few spectators stayed away from this game, but there's still a few in the house, which is good to see. Glenorchy unfurling their premiership flag pre-game, which is always a great moment for any footy club coming off a premiership win.
Certainly is. As we see another boundary thrown at half forward for Glenorchy. Rucks will go at it.
Ball back in. Hall's back in the ruck for Glenorchy.
Interesting move.
Bowden dragged down. He had 3 men on him, and the umpire will ball it up. So we've just hit time on in this second quarter. As we mentioned, it's a big lead to Glenorchy, almost 80 points. And we're not even at half time, so a dominant display from the reigning premier.
Oh, it's harsh.
So holding the ball, that's going the way of Glenorchy. So again, they'll deliver it inside 50. I'd hate to see the inside 50 count, Cam. It'd be very heavily lopsided. Oh, Mitch Hills flew. Liam Smith chucked it on the right. It goes high, but just to the left. And a minor score.
Well, I think what Devonport needed to get something out of this game, they've really got to bring it in this next half, boys, because Mitch Thorpe would be absolutely fuming down there. They haven't even looked like scoring. There's 100% of the players, 36 players in the front half of Glenorchy's ground here, and there's no structure.
Doesn't appear to be, you're right, as Devonport get it at half back. And oh, the mark spilled there. It was on Bayard.
This is where they've been falling down.
Kicking and hoping, really, aren't they? And Arnold intercepts now. That's of the Jordan variety. He centres the ball.
Is Atkin?
Son of the great Ben Atkin, of course. Legend out here at Glenorchy. Here's Webster all by himself. Takes the easy mark in the back pocket. Jordan Arnold now. Plenty of time and space. The kick wasn't his best. It spilled in front of Jay Bowden. That one's off the ground, though. Is it going to bounce through? It might just do. No, it's kicked through by Dilga, though. And Glenorchy. The floodgates are well and truly open if they weren't already. 13-8-86 to Devonport, one behind.
And this is where it broke down, boys, right here. This kick, or this big long kick here.
They're just, as I said,
down back.
Sort of kicking and hoping, aren't they?
They are.
And you see Arnold intercept the mark there, and the kick off the ground. I'm not sure who that was.
Dilga,
off the ground.
I think, originally did kick it and followed up.
Got there again. So
he's become a very good player for him. Good cricketer, Brent, as we mentioned.
It's tough to be good at both things, wouldn't it, Cam?
Scored 99 in first
grade
like you,
this year. Just a good all-rounder at every sport.
So Glenorchy again, handball over the top. Dilga gets his handball along to Kramerick. Wider still, nice work there by Sammy Hall. Gets his handball off and drills one in to Bowden. Bowden. Done it again. Wow. No. He has
kicked that.
Oh my goodness. Bowden. Unbelievable. That's his 4th for Jai Bowden. And
Jay-
that is
Jay
just... Well, how am I going, boys? Just magic.
Let's have a look at the replay.
Yeah, we'll get the replay up here in a minute.
Get you out of trouble here, Tubes.
Yeah.
We'll look at some
It was
Jay Bowden
terrific.
magic.
It was a terrific pass from Camerick.
Look at
That's
this.
called by Tubes, and just the presence of mind to
Look,
he almost just
yeah.
little sandwich almost.
Goodness me, boys.
Good to see the Cougars ads haven't affected his performance this year, boys. He's been on there a lot
I
over
did
the
see
Big
that.
Bash and over the summer. But just typical Jay Bowden dominating the TSL as we've come to expect each and every year. Here's Glenorchy again. Big tackle there, though, and advantage pay, though. He's taken high, and Mott drives it in again. Oh, what can he do? Jay Bowden, under enormous pressure, but manages to take the mark, and he'll go back now and kick on a slight angle from about 15 metres out from goal. And this, boys, this could be a 100-point margin at half-time.
Yeah,
this is
it's-
very, very ugly stuff.
Look at that. We're coming to the Tyler Bowden Magic Show, folks. He's just a magician out there with a footy. And he's going back to kick his 5th.
Well, he could end up with, could end up with double figures almost the way the
That's
game's
probably-
being played at the moment, the supply he's getting, and
Jay,
the way he
isn't it?
finishes.
Done it again.
So
5.
5 to Jay.
Jay
Well,
Bowden
bit
is
going on
dominating. If you need a rest, Tubes,
No,
just
look,
let us know.
I'm subbed out next week, aren't I? Let's.
He's lost for
We'll
words, a
get
great man.
Gilly.
Go and
We'll
have a
get,
spell,
we'll
mate.
we'll get Gilly in next week, and he can come in and talk some dross like he does on the Third Man Up
Well,
podcast, boys.
Good segue there, Tubes. A wonderful podcast. I'm not sure who's involved with that, but hearing really good things about it. Very informative, funny, very talented and handsome men.
Self-praise
involved
is
with
no praise at all
I know
as
what
we
you're
go
talking
back
about.
to the footy. Hopefully Devonport can get a goal here. Riley with a handball, but it's straight to Glenorchy, down the throat of Webster. He spins around. Bowden just says, put it on my head and I'll show you some magic. Here we go. Chance here as he backs back in, flicks it over the back. Just beautiful body position. And the ball stays in and it's touched over the line behind.
Good play from young Millhouse on the wing again. It's been pretty solid again today and found Webster into space, and then all of a sudden they have another foray inside the forward 50. So Liam Williams with the ball in his hands, Brent, from the kick out.
Huge, huge margin. As we said, could be over 100 points at half-time, which would be extraordinary. Absolutely clinical performance here from Glenorchy. Here's Webb. Gets it to his brother James. And the mark taken on the chest of Joseph. So he'll go back now and play on, actually. He's played on and he's centered the ball. And the mark's been taken by Geared. And he'll go back now from 35 metres out directly in front. And this will make it over 100 points, which, as I said, is unbelievable for a half of footy.
Well, as we said before, boys, they've just been absolutely ruthless.
They have indeed. Here he is, Geared. As I mentioned, directly in front. The wind may cause him a few issues, but he loads up on his left and looks okay off the boot. It's gone straight through the high diddle, and it is Glenorchy's 16th goal. The margin is over 100 points at the 26-minute mark of this second quarter. Round 2 TSL, you're watching it live right around the world through Duff TV, through AFL Tasmania, Facebook, Twitter. Get us anywhere. Watch it live in your lounge room. Great initiative by AFL Tasmania to get this live stream up and happening as we watch the replay of Geared's goal. Made it look too easy. So we're back in the middle. Can't be long to go until half time. 16 goals to none half here for Glenorchy.
I don't know what they're doing wrong here, Devonport. They're just being led to the ball at every option as Glenorchy bring it out wide again.
Magnificent
Nice
conditions.
mark. Quinn. Little
Oh,
under the
tunnel.
little tunnel. And I think he's been reported, I think.
What's that
He
for
has been,
deliberately tunnelling a
Tunnelling
play?
a-
A dangerous play? What would that fall under, Brent?
Something like that, Cal. I'm not too sure, but can you get reported
His
for tunnelling?
conduct?
Suppose you
I
can
don't know.
Can
Here
you
it
get
is.
reported for tunnelling?
charging, I
Wasn't
reckon,
nasty.
boys. Charging.
Charging.
So
Rough play.
looks like
Thinks
he's been
Brent
reported.
Stubbs.
There you go. Smith gets the free kick. So we're at the 28-minute mark of the second quarter here at KG5. It's Glenorchy leading. Look at the scoreboard, boys. The main scoreboard here at KG5 can't even fit the score on. It's that big.
Well, lucky we're here with Duff TV, and it's 107-1.
Smith drives it inside 50. It's a good kick. Mark couldn't be taken by the Magpies, the Southern Magpies, of course. It's we've got the two Magpies on show here this afternoon. And Devonport get it out of danger, but straight to Glenorchy again. Here's Rainbird, plays on 50, goes just outside the square. Bowden couldn't take the mark. It's gone out of bounds.
I think Bowden, what Jay's got is just incredible balance. Balance and strength combined with extreme skill.
He's
He's
got
a
everything,
magician.
Tubes. He's got absolutely everything. How he, as I said last week, how this man has never been drafted is an absolute travesty because he could have torn up the AFL. Here's Hills. Webb again, I think it was.
That's Millhouse. Goes well again, gets his handball off.
Hills.
Hills does well, strength in the contest. Devonport doing well to hold them up here. Handballed over the top by Schmoor. And a kick clearing for Devonport, but it's coming straight back because Duffy's the only man out there.
There it is, half time at KG5, Glenorchy, 107, Devonport, one behind. It is staggering, boys, that Glenorchy have scored 100 points and a half of footy, and Devonport have not scored a goal. Cam Brown, your thoughts, please, the former South Launceston and Clarence superstar.
They were dominant, weren't they, Glenorchy, and were just far too strong. Their foot skills have been a treat to watch. They've just got their hands first to the footy. They've just too big and strong for Devonport at this particular stage, and it's been well documented. They're a young group, Devonport. We've said another player making his debut today makes 9 in the 10 in the last 2 weeks that have played their first game for the Devonport Footy Club. So it's going to be a slow burn, you'd think, for them in the second half, but they do need more from their leaders. They just need to get their hands on the footy, and they've always been under pressure, and basically it's been played forward to centre for Glenorchy. They've got multiple options up forward, as Tubes has said throughout the call. Difficult one for Aaron Cornelius too, boys, how he handles this one, because when you get, not too often that you go in with a 100-point lead at half time, so he's got to keep them focused, and obviously he wouldn't want the situation to break down, and he'd be looking for almost potentially a 200-point win here. But let's hope for Devonport's sake that doesn't come to fruition.
Yeah, what I think Aaron will probably try here, as we saw him on the screen there just momentarily before, he's never really happy, is he? He always looks really angry, but he'll be trying something different, I'm sure, just mixing it up with these boys in positions and things like that. I'll go through the goal kickers. There's 10 individual goal kickers for Glenorchy, and that's just incredible by them. 5 goals to Jay Bowden. Then we've got 2 to Tyler Bowden. Liam Smith's got 2, and then singles to Braden Webb, Matt Dilger.
Dilger.
That's what I said. John Geard, Mitch Hills, Zach Webster, Matty Joseph, and Millhouse has 1 as well. 10 goal kickers, Brownie. That's brilliant.
Well, it gives them some flexibility now in the second half to probably potentially throw their side around.
This is not just a game. This is the Tasmanian State League. Our best talent, our premier competition. This is not a right. This is a privilege.
We know how to play.
This isn't given, it's earned.
We know what we need to do.
You've done years of hard work to get here. Hard yakka. Blood, sweat, tears.
Get up, let's get into it, boys!
It's time to step up, because you won't get a second crack. Moment by moment, centimetre by centimetre, effort by effort. Fight, fight, fight until the siren sounds and the song is sung. It's not up to me, it's up to you. Do you want it enough? This is not just a game. This is the Tasmanian State League. Our best talent, our premier competition. This is not a right. This is a privilege.
We know how to play.
This isn't given, it's earned.
We know what we need to do.
You've done years of hard work to get here. Hard yakka. Blood, sweat, tears.
Get up, let's get into it, boys!
It's time to step up, because you won't get a second crack. Moment by moment, centimetre by centimetre, effort by effort. Fight, fight, fight until the siren sounds and the song is sung. It's not up to me, it's up to you. Do you want it enough? This is not just a game. This is the Tasmanian State League. Our best talent, our premier competition. This is not a right. This is a privilege.
We know how to play.
This isn't given, it's earned.
We know what we need to do.
You've done years of hard work to get here. Hard yakka. Blood, sweat, tears.
Get up, let's get into it, boys!
It's time to step up, because you won't get a second crack. Moment by moment, centimetre by centimetre, effort by effort. Fight, fight, fight until the siren sounds and the song is sung. It's not up to me, it's up to you. Do you want it enough? This is not just a game. This is the Tasmanian State League. Our best talent, our premier competition. This is not a right. This is a privilege.
We know how to play.
This isn't given, it's earned.
We know what we need to do.
You've done years of hard work to get here. Hard yakka. Blood, sweat, tears.
Get up, let's get into it, boys!
It's time to step up, because you won't get a second crack. Moment by moment, centimetre by centimetre, effort by effort. Fight, fight, fight until the siren sounds and the song is sung. It's not up to me, it's up to you. Do you want it enough? This is not just a game. This is the Tasmanian State League. Our best talent, our premier competition. This is not a right. This is a privilege.
We know how to play.
This isn't given, it's earned.
We know what we need to do.
You've done years of hard work to get here. Hard yakka. Blood, sweat, tears.
Get up, let's get into it, boys!
It's time to step up, because you won't get a second crack. Moment by moment, centimetre by centimetre, effort by effort. Fight, fight, fight until the siren sounds and the song is sung. It's not up to me, it's up to you. Do you want it enough? This is not just a game. This is the Tasmanian State League. Our best talent, our premier competition. This is not a right. This is a privilege.
We know how to play.
This isn't given, it's earned.
We know what we need to do.
You've done years of hard work to get here. Hard yakka. Blood, sweat, tears.
Get up, let's get into it, boys!
It's time to step up, because you won't get a second crack. Moment by moment, centimetre by centimetre, effort by effort. Fight, fight, fight until the siren sounds and the song is sung. It's not up to me, it's up to you. Do you want it enough? This is not just a game. This is the Tasmanian State League. Our best talent, our premier competition. This is not a right. This is a privilege.
We know how to play.
This isn't given, it's earned.
We know what we need to do.
You've done years of hard work to get here. Hard yakka. Blood, sweat, tears.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Round 2 here from KG5 as we see Glenorchy breaking up from their half-time huddle there. And it is Glenorchy 16-9, 105 to Devonport 0-1-1. And Brent, Costelloe, we've got a game on our hands here. Mainly because I want to see Devonport come out and just smash them from here.
We've
Big
got
turnaround.
we've got our statisticians on the case trying to work out A, what the biggest margin in TSL history is, and B, if anyone's actually not kicked a goal in a TSL game, the current TSL, since it's restarted, of course. We're talking about privileged to have the last leading goal kicker for Sandy Bay and the 2-time leading goal kicker at South Launceston, Cam Brown, with us in the box this afternoon. Brownie, the first half wasn't great viewing if you're a Devonport supporter.
No, they just struggled to get their hands on the footy and penetrate with any sort of momentum going forward, and made it difficult for some of the key players down there. In particular, Brodie Connolly, who looks lively when he's got the foot in his area. So let's hope they can get some ball supply. They've gone a little bit different. Bo Sharman looks like he's gone to full forward.
We're underway for the second half here at KG5. Reece Mott gets the first clearance. And Devonport, though, through Dylan Riley, have a chance to go forward. Drive it inside 50, but the turnover is through Arnold.
It was well read by
Jordan
Arnold. He just read the kick better on
Dilger.
that occasion.
Dilger now out of defence. Chance for the Magpies, though, the Northwest Magpies, and they go in again. And again, straight to a Glenorchy player. So
Kick there came in from Braden Scott, boys. He's the grandson of the great Darryl Bulldog. He's
Wow.
the 17-year-old who played his first game last week since coming across from Latrobe.
this is why we have Cam Brown involved with the broadcast for stats like that. You won't hear that anywhere else, as Devonport again go inside 50 for the third time.
Dilger does well, gets his hand on the ball out wide. They fight over it, the Glenorchy boys. Here's a chance now for Quinn. He kicks long, and Glenorchy take the mark in Bowden. Bowden into Webb. Webb pushes off his player, looks to play on, doesn't. Nice long kick down towards Bowden over the back. Here's a chance now. The pace of Hills is very useful down in this situation. Then just left the ball behind, dove on it. Nothing doing here, and the umpire will say, give it to me, ball it up.
So the score is 16-9, 105. Devonport one behind, so 104 points as we see the kick away. Tyler Bowden's there, punched through though by Devonport through Kurt Byard for rush behind.
Very dour scenes here. Still a few
looks like-
people sticking around though.
It's getting pretty dark out there, boys. Expect the lights to come on fairly soon. The breeze is probably favouring the right of screen, just sort of going across the ground a bit.
I heard that the Glenorchy City Council have been spending some of the taxpayers' monies on Krispy Kreme donuts, boys. So perhaps they haven't paid their power bill, and that's why we haven't got the lights on yet.
I did read that with interest this morning as well, Tubes, on the ratepayer of the Glenorchy Council, so I wasn't too pleased to read that. After the halftime break, Brownie, what would Thorpe have said inside? Get back out of it, don't know what to say to you, or?
Yeah, look, you'd have to keep the message fairly simple. And look, in fairness to them, the first 2 or 3 minutes of this second half, they've been a lot more competitive and got their hands on the footy. Notice Dylan Riley did the kick out there. Before, normally we're used to Williams doing that. And he's one guy that can hurt you by foot, Liam Williams, a lovely left footer.
Big punch down by Duffy. Riley's there for Devonport. Ball managed to escape the hands of their player. Now a chance to go forward through Braden Scott. Jordan Arnold punched it away. Duffy, quick hands back to Arnold. Mott takes his time, lines up the kick. Braden Webb's there, runs onto the ball. Oh, it wasn't Braden Webb. In fact, it
It's a great tackle.
was a great tackle. And now, Devonport had the first chance at goal. And unfortunately, it's pushed to the right. So just the minus score. They get their second point of the game, Cam.
Yeah, Ben Hawkes, he had an opportunity there. Just his second game from the club. He's always been involved at Devonport at junior level.
Mott.
That was a real opportunity for them, Tubes.
Yeah, it was, as Mott brings it out from the back line. Just so beautiful with his feet. Arnold. Jordan kicks long to Duffy. Duffy takes it on his chest in front of Phil Davis. Duffy chips over the top. That's a clever kick, and he's out here. Here's a chance now for James Webb. Gets a good shepherd from Bowden. Kicks long over the back. Just rolling. Clever handball underneath. It's a clever kick too.
Here's Devonport out of defence now. Byard goes inside the centre square.
Is
Got a
there
running
chance
teammate here. Yeah, looks all right. Here's Logan Bissett. Drives it long. And unfortunately, the kick's on a great one. It might even be out in the foot. No, it's just managed to stay in.
You mentioned there, Brent, Logan Bissett. He's the fittest player at the club. He runs a 15.8 beat, and runs about
15.8?
15.8, which is elite.
AFL sort of standard, that, isn't it?
It is, in about 9 minutes 30 seconds for a 3K. So he's great endurance. He's been playing on the wing, and they really need to get him involved in the game.
Where do you get this stuff, Brownie?
Is it true, Brownie? You're not just making it up on the spot because you are just all over it. It's extraordinary. Here is Devonport. And the ball is still with the Northern Magpies. Good tackle there from Joseph, and looks like the ball will go the way of the Magpies through Reece Mott. And he plays on.
Former Devonport player, Reece Mott.
Yeah, playing against his old team today, Tyler Bowden. And now here's a chance for Glenorchy through Tyler Bowden again. He kicks it inside 50.
Glenorchy doing well here to trap it down. Devonport though, numbers with Glenorchy. Millhouse, quick kick, but it is missed a lot and it's gone out of bounds on the full.
Well, we're 6 minutes in here and they've seemed to flow a bit.
Yeah.
Devonport, to their credit, Glenorchy could have come out and continued where they left off, but scoring's right up a little bit.
Brownie, you've got a little bit to do with Glenorchy, obviously, through your history and stuff. Has there been a tie between Devonport and Glenorchy in the past? Because I know, being a North West Coast boy myself, I'm obviously from Burnie though, but I know quite a few players that have come from the North West Coast down to Devonport in the past. Is there a tie there, or is it just coincidence?
It's a very good question without notice. At first I thought you were talking about being a tie match
What did
in
too?
the game.
No. Really tested you there.
So, Reece Mott is one. That
Ben Brown?
Ben Brown's another. So you're probably right. Reynolds is another. So
McIver's, big
Yeah.
David
So I
McIver.
think
Hugh Miller came down a few years
you might
ago.
have answered your own question, Tubes.
Yeah, I just wonder whether it's coincidence or whether there was an actual tie to the Glenorchy Footy Club and the Devonport Footy Club for when young blokes moved down to go to uni or something perhaps, but
May well be. Reece Mott, I think, would have played in that losing grand final, would he not, for Devonport when they
May well have done, actually.
last played in the statewide league grand final?
Duffy, big punch away for Glenorchy. The ball's all on its own out in the far wing. Picked up by the Devonport Magpies. The kick punched away by Glenorchy.
they're out here through Arnold. Arnold has a bounce. Someone hot on his hammer, but he kicks long. Bowden with the fly, just manages to take an absolute juicer there. And then just has a look at his opponent and says, mate, I'm a magician. You got to be quicker than that. That was beautiful work there by Arnold through the middle here.
Well, he didn't do a lot wrong, Toby Innes, in fairness. He was in the front position. He tried to back, and then all of a sudden, Jay with an absolute hanger.
He's a superstar, Jay Bowden. He's kicking from a tough angle here, but you got to back him in, Cam.
Well,
He's
it
a
depends
genius.
when he wants to run around onto the left or a banana on the right. He'll just make it up.
He just goes straight down the middle and makes no mistake. Jay Bowden slots his 6th goal of the match. Glenorchy moved to 17-10, 112. Devonport 2 behinds.
Well, that's just magic from Bowden there. Taking his time and just almost arrogant in not even...
Exactly. I want to make it as hard as I can for myself.
Unbelievable. So, Glenorchy extend their lead out to 110 points.
You do wonder where he's going to end up in the scheme of things when he does retire. When you pick the best footballers of the last
You talk
15,
about,
20 years or last 50 years.
Talk about John Leedham being the greatest player not to play for Tasmania, not to play in the AFL. Hard to argue with that, but Jay Bowden really, putting his name up there as well. The lights are on here now at KG5 as day turns to night. And the ball just outside Devonport's attacking 50.
They're just trying to manufacture a goal here, Tubes. Sharman's gone back in the middle, and Dylan Riley was the leading target out of the kick out from the centre clearance there for Devonport.
I was
So
just
he's gone
about to,
deep forward.
yeah, just about to bring that up. You'd think that Riley would be in the middle there somewhere, but here they come again. Glenorchy, Bowden handballs off to Webster. Webster just loses his feet, manages to get it up though, but hands it straight back to Devonport. Quick kick forward. Mark taken there nicely by Barker. He moves the ball quickly round and finds his teammate in Butler. Butler drops the mark but gets the crumbs again, handballs, but that cruel bounce again, and Glenorchy will look to bounce back.
Hills gets it away. Atkin drives it forward. Camrick clever, but not clever enough, or is he? He gets the ball back. But Devonport, it's a free kick, so it's going the way of Glenorchy through Camrick.
Really like Camrick as a player, just gives him something different. That small forward, he works really hard defensively.
Good mark, Liam Smith. So almost in the same
Great
spot
kick,
where
Brent.
Jay Bowden kicked from for Glenorchy's last goal. We'll see Liam Smith line up from exactly the same spot. We're going to back him in as well, boys, to kick this one.
I think he's a terrific kicker of the ball.
Kick from a little further out, probably, than Jay Bowden did. But as I said, boys, really liking the work of Liam Smith the last couple of weeks. Here he goes.
Window work for him here.
Just to the right, so minus score for Glenorchy. We're 10 minutes in and only the one goal for the Magpies, Glenorchy, this quarter. So as we said, it's dried up a little bit for them.
Devonport to bring it out. Long kick out wide, and it's just been touched before it goes out of bounds, so it'll be a ball in.
Brownie,
Sharman did well.
Sorry, Tubes, we had a game earlier today. Brownie, do you want to run us through the scores from the game up north?
We did. Brendan, it was Launceston 17-14, 116 to Burnie 8-6-54. I think Sonny Whiting was among the goals there with, might have got 7, Brent, I'll just check that.
We've got Hobart City Demons travelling up to Aurora Stadium as well to take on North Launceston. That game underway in about half an hour's time. We'll bring you some scores from that as it begins. And as this game continues to wind down at the moment, it's Glenorchy by 111 points.
Good to see they got the scoreboard fixed up there, boys. They've changed it to Glen from Glenorchy
to
fit the score on the board.
Needed to happen. Confusion was everywhere when that was. We couldn't read
Great
it.
flexibility.
So the ball goes up in the air, pulls back in the ruck for the Magpies. Oh, kick, fresh airy there. The umpire's blown the whistle, and the free kick.
The work
going the way
rate
of
of
Glenorchy.
Devonport is a lot better in the third quarter. Full credit to them.
It is, as the Glenorchy Magpies go inside again. Ball bounced off Jay Bowden's chest. It definitely has changed the course a little bit, Cam. That's for sure. As Devonport now kick it straight to Webb. He couldn't hang on to the mark and managed to keep it in play though, but gets a little tap and the ball goes outside for a boundary throw in. 12 minutes, almost 13 minutes gone in this third quarter.
Must be hard for the Devonport boys to come all the way down here and just be absolutely wiped like this. But as we say, this is one of the best sides in the competition, Glenorchy. They are the reigning premiers, and it's good for the Devonport guys to get a gauge on where they are, and they've got a fair bit of work to do. But what I'd like to see them is not give up. As the ball moves out wide, Schnorr has it at centre wing, switches inboard. Sharman moves the ball quickly. And this is that kick that needs a mark. Great work by Arnold down there. He pushed his man off the ball, Dilger.
Well, they moved Butler forward, boys. He's the one player who can kick a goal. So
Here's a chance now for Devonport. Riley's there, but Mott was clever. Ball picked up. Is this the Magpies' moment? Devonport looking for their first goal. Ball intercepted, but here's a chance. They go bang, and Devonport get their first goal through Brad Chard. And finally, the drought is broken. They kick their first of the match. And finally, some relief for the Devonport Magpies.
it was a good build-up, wasn't it?
It was a dangerous kick across goal there from Glenorchy. And nice work down there by Dylan Riley just to keep Mott off the ball. And then the follow-up from the young Devonport Magpies there. Almost chopped off, but beautiful goal there by Chard. Not super duper off the boot.
With, young Harry Barker, he's in the Mariners squad too, Brent. Scratch golfer. What's your handicap?
Don't have one, Cam. I don't play a lot of golf, so I can't answer that question. So, as I said, some relief for Devonport. 1-2-8 now. 17-11, 113, the Magpies.
Punch that again.
Don't have to worry about that stat anymore, Tubes.
No.
As a team not kicked a goal. Well, here they go again, Devonport. And when it rains, it pours. They're inside 50 again.
Bo Sharman's worked his way nicely in this, probably in the back half of the second quarter and early in this quarter, boys, and it's coincided with Devonport winning a bit of the footy, which is great.
Ball up
they get
now.
another opportunity at this stoppage.
In Devonport's forward 50.
Tyler Bowden in the ruck for Glenorchy.
Interesting.
Mott gets the kick away, but wasn't a great one. And Rainbird now gets it back out. Duffy's there for Glenorchy. But Devonport go backwards. Again, a chance to score. Just on 50.
Tackle.
The ball, good tackle over the boundary line.
Yeah, potentially could have been rewarded there, the tackle from Ethan Stevenson.
There it is on the replay. As the ball comes back in.
Devonport move the ball forward again. Straight to that hot spot, about 35 metres out from goal. And a nice mark taken down there by Ben Hawkes. And he'll go back and have a shot from about 40 metres out, directly in front.
And again, it was young Stevenson out of the stoppage. Just managed to get on his boot and hack it forward.
So this would be a bit of confidence for Devonport. I suppose they kicked two in a row.
In the quarter, Brent.
Yeah, that's right. So we see Hawks now lining up directly in front. The breeze going right to left, and his kick has gone to the right. Minor score. So they're 139 now. The Magpies in Glenorchy 17-11, 113.
Glenorchy's first half was clinical, boys, that we've mentioned, but full credit to Devonport here. Would have been easy for them to
just roll over.
Throw in the towel, as you say, Tubes, roll over. But they've come out with some real competitiveness in the second half.
Here's Glenorchy again, out of defence. Long kick to the wing. Duffy's the man on his own. Bounds, boundary throw in again.
So, half forward now for Glenorchy. Boundary throw in.
Game tomorrow, boys. Looking forward to that. Clarence and the Tigers at Blunston Arena. A lot to like about Clarence this off-season, so can't wait to see how they go as Glenorchy go inside 50 once more. There's Bayard throwing himself on the ball, and the Magpies, Devonport, bring it out of defence.
It's Big Levi.
Oh.
We know how to play.
This isn't given, it's earned.
You know what we need to do?
You've done years of hard work to get here. Hard yakka. Blood, sweat, tears.
Get up, let's get into it, boys!
It's time to step up, because you won't get a second crack. Moment by moment, centimetre by centimetre, effort by effort. Fight, fight, fight until the siren sounds and the song is sung. It's not up to me, it's up to you. Do you want it enough? This is not just a game. This is the Tasmanian State League. Our best talent, our premier competition. This is not a right. This is a privilege.
We know how to play.
This isn't given, it's earned.
We know what we need to do.
You've done years of hard work to get here. Hard yakka. Blood, sweat, tears.
Get up and let's get into it, boys!
It's time to step up, because you won't get a second crack. Moment by moment, centimetre by centimetre, effort by effort. Fight, fight, fight until the siren sounds and the song is sung. It's not up to me, it's up to you. Do you want it enough? This is not just a game. This is the Tasmanian State League. Our best talent, our premier competition.
Well, welcome back, folks. It is fourth quarter action with the Southern Cross Tasmanian State League here. It is an absolute whitewash. It'll be Glenorchy running out victors, but Devonport need to take something away from this, boys.
Yeah, Glenorchy have done something a little bit different too for the start of this last quarter. Tubes, Reece Mott looks like he's starting inside the 50. Arnold in the middle. So when you've got a 130-point lead at three-quarter time, you do have that flexibility to throw some of your players around.
Nice little buffer here for Glenorchy, and the ball will be thrown up for fourth quarter action here at KG5. Take it away, Bruno.
Ball slammed into the ground here at KG5, a Duffy, and now Braden Webb. And Glenorchy take control of the ball. Went a little bit too far and overjudged. And now Devonport with the ball through Simmons. Here he is again, the man we just mentioned. Oh,
Trouble when you're handballing to your ruckman, and Zach Webster's hot on his hammer.
that's exactly right.
It'll come out the back though. Nice work by Sharman. Sharman handballed away, and then a high tackle for the Northern Magpies. And it'll be taken by Bissett.
By just
Asserting his authority.
Blew that whistle nice and hard. Here's a chance now for Devonport as they go long inside 50. A few loose men there, but they go to the pack, punched away by Duffy.
That's where they missed Thorpe, boys. Just that tall presence and target. There was a nice kick by Williams inside 50.
Here's a chance now again for Devonport, and a mark taken by Simmons, so he wants to go short. He wasn't confident taking the kick from there, and he finds the man, but the mark can be taken by Bissett.
Brent Simmons, he's a former Mariners captain going back 4 or 5 years ago.
Chance now for Sharman. He goes toward goal, but pushed away to the right for a minor score.
So, Glenorchy to bring it in through Quinn.
Bruce has died off a little bit here, guys. The temperature's got a little cooler too as day turns to night.
Quinn with a long kick straight up the middle.
Beautiful
Looking
kick.
for Duffy. Duffy at the back, but beautiful roving. Here's a chance now for Smith. Running. He has a bounce. He's got pace to burn. Throws it on the boot. Beautiful kick. And the mark taken down there by Bowden. And he just strolls in and says, I'll have an 8-pack, thanks. And that is 8 goals to Jay Bowden. And brilliant work by Glenorchy from end to end there, boys.
Beautiful call, Tubes. And look, that was coast to coast, wasn't it, from the Pies?
There we
Lovely
go.
kick
Let's
out, as
watch
you
it.
called,
Yep.
Tubes from Quinn, and it was able to clear inside the square then, and roving it beautifully. I think it might have been Webb who gave it to Liam Smith, who we know is a very good kick of the footy, and
Good
he just
pace.
had the time and presence to get over the back. Jay just protected the ball drop, and number 8.
Wow. That was beautiful to watch.
What did he kick against Hobart City last year? 12, was it?
12? Or
Yeah, I think it was 12.
12, was it?
Looking back to Stat Gilly. He knows all the stats. Stubbsy's there as well. Oh, he's got it on the phone. He's watching Netflix.
So he needs, what's he need? 5 goals to beat that record against Hobart City Demons last year, and he's probably got 27 odd minutes to
Oh,
do
bring
it,
it
Jay
back,
Bowden.
umpire.
That wasn't a great bounce, and we'll be coming back.
Did so well on the first one, didn't he? That was beautiful, that first bounce, but then that was garbage.
Is this record in any sort of danger, boys? If Glenorchy
No,
get it in a row,
it's not. Brent. Devonport will
can't be
stick
done.
at it. You're getting too carried away.
Just checking.
No
I
chance.
wasn't saying it would be, Cam, just checking with the expert. Here we go again, Devonport.
That's a good
It
kick
was
from
Williams.
Williams.
Yeah, great kick, and marked by Bissett. Handballs over the top to Stevenson. Gets the hurried kick away, but the mark taken by Snore.
He's tried hard all day, Brownie.
Yeah, he's one of their better players. Last week he played as a small defender, coming across from Deloraine, and he's got an opportunity to get the second goal here for his club.
Just quickly, boys, I think Mitch Rainbird looks a bit proppy back here. Could be that groin coming back to haunt him.
Okay,
Yes,
here's
had some
Snore.
injury
He
concerns.
kicks for Devonport's second goal, and it's kicks truly. And the Magpies get their second. It's been a long time coming. They've kicked one in the third and now one in the fourth. They're 2-5 to Glenorchy 22-14.
He shut it up you there, Brent, because you were talking like it's going to be a record-winning margin.
Look,
here.
I just posed the question, Cam. I wasn't assuming that at all. But you're right. They've responded nicely. And 4 minutes into this last quarter, they get their second goal of the match.
Nice little build up there by Devonport. Playing in front, nice work.
Here's Mott now for Glenorchy.
Too much time.
Too much time. Devonport managed to get the ball back. There's a kick by Chard. They kicked that first goal for Devonport in the third quarter. Jordan Arnold, former league rising star. Mark taken by
Webb.
of course. James Webb, the brother of Premiership captain Braden Webb. Here's Rainbird. Oh, jeez.
No,
He's
well-
special, but it's in the back, and the free kick going the way of Devonport, and it'll go to Chard. But you get excited whenever the footy goes near Mitch Rainbird, don't you? We saw that good mark he took last Friday night at North Hobart Oval. Like he was going to do something similar there, but it was hands in the back. And
Well done, Hawks, front position, and was rewarded with a free kick.
So, ball at centre wing for the boundary throw in.
Another game kicking off in TSL pretty shortly, I think, Tubes.
Yep.
just about now, I would have thought, Cam, it's 7 minutes in up at Aurora Stadium, or UTAS Stadium as it's known now. We'll get a score there for you as soon as we can.
It's a big ground, KG5. We were at a beautiful vantage point with Duff TV tonight, boys, and you can just see how important quick ball moving is on a ground like this. You do have the opportunity to cut a side up.
So the punch forward by Duffy, no real clear possession. Arnold does well, but it's going to be holding the ball according to the umpire. So a nice tackle there by Connolly, and he'll look to charge Devonport from the half-back flank.
They've been forced to play him higher up the ground, Tubes, and looks like he's even working his way back into defence. He's normally a forward since coming across from Ulverston, but he just didn't get the supply in the first half.
So it's Glenorchy here dominating this match, as we know, by 129 points. North Launceston's kicked the first goal at Aurora at UTAS Stadium. They're 1-1-7. Hobart City Demons one behind. And earlier today was the match between Launceston and Burnie, and it was the Blues winning that one 17-14, 116 to the Dockers 8-6-54.
Yeah, Sonny Whiting was 7.
Wow.
So a big day for goal kickers. Sonny Whiting 7, Jay Bowden 8 here at KG5. Got the game to come tomorrow too. Clarence and the Tigers at Blunston Arena. You tip there, Cam?
Clarence, yeah, Clarence in that one, but I think the margin will be pretty close, Brent.
Yeah, a lot what we saw from Aaron Vince and the Tigers last week.
Yeah, you saw a bit of the Tigers and you were very bullish about them.
All out of bounds again, the far side of the ground here at KG5. 7 minutes gone this final term.
He's not right, Tubes, Rainbird. He has got a different gait, in fairness, with his running style, but we're just watching him trot his way out of these own forward 50 at the moment. He does look proppy.
No, he looked a bit proppy after a contest here where he kicked the ball into the man on the mark. So I think he's probably just struggling a little bit there, maybe, as the ball goes out of bounds again. A different gait with his running style. You've watched him through his younger years.
Yeah, and he did play at Mariners level, and I think they might have almost played him as an overage player too, from memory, which the Mariners are allowed to do, have 3 or 4 players that can play as 19-year-olds.
Right.
I think Toby Nankervis is a famous one in that rule, and so too Mitch Robertson.
Bayard almost gets tackled. The handball over the top. Here's a chance now for Devonport as the ball comes down to Barker. Barker handballs over the top again to Schnoor, but he gets wrapped up in a tackle, and we'll see a ball up in the forward 50 for the Pies. That is the Northern Pies.
Yes, the commentator's nightmare, as we said earlier in the game. 2 Magpies teams going head-to-head. Duffy, big punch away, but lands in the lap of Devonport. Here's a snap now from Schnoor. Didn't reach the goal square. Chance, though, for Devonport to get another goal, and it's kicked around by Dylan Riley, but just to the left, and unfortunately a minor score for them. So inaccurate kicking from the Magpies, 2-6, so 8 scoring shots and only the 2 goals for Devonport this match. And in contrast, Glenorchy 22-14, so being costly for Devonport. They should have a few more goals, will it?
Ball long again through the middle from fullback, and here's a chance for them again. Just so much time here for the Magpies as they drive it long forward, but right in front of the man there. No mark. It was a bump ball, so handballed up. There we go. It's cleared now by the Devonport team out of fullback, but great chase by Bowden, and he gets his handball away, and Williams will clear for Devonport.
They do. They go forward, Tubes, and Glenorchy just has players everywhere. Here's Dilger. Picked out, though, again by the Magpies. Braden Webb kicks right inside the centre square. And they play on quickly. Man chasing the ball for Glenorchy. Oh, spilled. Good tackle. Oh, it's a shock kick outside, out of bounds by Brady Quinn out in the full.
Yeah, young Millhouse might have cramped there. Got the knock on the calf.
This wouldn't be the first time I've had 2 Pies in front of me on a Saturday night, boys.
Been working on that one all match, Tubes.
Some of the best from me, folks.
Still funny.
As Duffy gets his handball off. Webb with a worm burner. Straight to Arnold. He's been good today. Driving the ball
boys. There it is.
Oh dear.
Tries hard, but a behind for the Magpies from the south.
Nearly got his 9th there.
Hawks kicks it in dangerously, but Riley takes the mark.
Dylan Riley's an instinctive player. Loves to play on and run with the footy. He's definitely proved his kicking, which has been a bit of an issue for him in his junior days, but he's certainly straightened a lot of that up.
Ball with Glenorchy. They drag down those, and the umpire will have to ball this one up. So the margin right now in this match, 129 points as we hit the 10-minute mark, almost 11-minute mark of this final quarter. You're watching live TSL coverage through AFL Tasmania and Duff TV. There's Glenorchy again through Dilger. Contest here, and the mark taken by Smith. He takes off with his pace, handballs over the top. Hills was there. Joseph tucks the footy under his arm. Here's Webb, but he's dragged down in a tackle, and it's been pinged, has he, boys, for holding the ball?
Yep, they've been hot on that tonight, the umpires. I don't mind it. Great tackle there by Connolly.
So the goals have dried up a little again for Glenorchy. Camrick, who didn't play last week, his first game of 2017 tonight. Bowden lurking. Hills wraps up his opponent in the tackle. And another ball up just outside Glenorchy's goal square.
Boys, what do you see as the ambitions of Aaron Cornelius, Brent? Do you think that...
Look, he's made no secret, Cam, that he wants to go to a higher level, and he's obviously mixed up with the Solomon Black Academy, as we see Rainbird get the handball away. Smith now thought about the kick at goal, but was clever enough to turn around and hits the chest of Reese Mott, and Mott now will go back and kick from about 25 metres out, slight angle. Yeah, Cam, Aaron Cornelius, you mentioned his coaching aspirations. He's mixed up with the Solomon Black Academy, of course, and as I said, made no secret about wanting to go to higher honours in the future, but a TSL Premiership or maybe a couple by the end of this season won't look too bad on the resume.
Well, there's been a pathway in the past, hasn't there, with Brendan Bolton and Zane Littlejohn, who's spending time now in a development role in Brisbane. So, and also Mitch Thorpe is getting obviously a lot of exposure in coaching and spent some time at AFL level away at South Australia, and then his resume as a playing coach will be developing, and perhaps post-football, that's an area that Mitch will want to get into coaching, I would think.
Yeah, Mitch has made no secret about that either. He loves the game, of course, and a wonderful coach as well. Gee, they're missing him tonight, though. Margin 130 points. He'd love to be out there in times like this too, Mitch Thorpe, I imagine, to help his team. It'd be hard sitting on the sidelines watching.
As good a player as he is, I don't think he's 130-point difference there, boys.
Very good call.
Dilger going backwards. Moves the ball forward, finds Joseph. Joseph looking for a 50-metre penalty, swings around onto the right shoe, puts it into the path of Hills. Hills comes hard. That was great courage down there by Chard. Bowden throws it onto the boot, and courage again. Nice strong mark down there to Bayard.
Well, as we mentioned, Glenorchy's record here at KG5, it's just extraordinary. Haven't lost a game since 2014, which is unbelievable, Cam.
And
Here
you're hard-pressed.
Grabs it,
foul, snap.
And it's a good one too. It's gone through the middle, so Jordan Arnold kicks Glenorchy's 23rd goal of the match. They lead 154 to 18 points.
That's their 11th goal kicker for tonight. That means half the side has kicked a goal. Unreal.
And that was a ripper too. A kick around the body. We mentioned the Arnold boys, and gee, they've been terrific players for a long period of time now. Steady, they can lock down, but they also provide great offensive run. And another good handball backwards here to Webb, just to give the player time and space with the footy. And a great snap. It's probably a 45-minute snap around the body. Devonport are out here, boys.
Yep, it'll be Sharman to bring it forward, and a nice strong mark taken down there by Bayard. He'll go back. He had a kick like this in the first quarter and sprayed it. So hopefully he can make amends and kick this one.
Had some bad luck over the journey, Tubes.
Yep.
Quade Bayard, 2 knee reconstructions.
Resilience is the word associated with Quade Bayard as he kicks right on the 50-metre arc for Devonport, looking for their 4th or 3rd goal, and it's unfortunately gone to the right.
Good-looking kick.
It was a good-looking kick. Gave a fair old roost, but not on this occasion.
So Glenorchy bringing it out through the pocket, deciding against going up the middle this time. Mark taken by Webb. Webb swings around. No real movement, but he's got Joseph as well as his brother Webb. But it's going to be Sharman.
He's worked hard, Sharman, in the second half in particular.
Good punch away there by Arnold.
I think the Arnold brothers will be up there for best on from a half-back. Obviously, Jay Bowden's kicks 8. But they've been really good off that half-back flank, Breno.
Love the work of Josh particularly tonight. He's been all over the place for Glenorchy, so yeah, he's definitely among the vote getters. And might ask Brett Stubbs who he's got in mind for the 3-2-1 at the end of the game.
This is big Levi Creedon, Tubes, as I mentioned in the build-up. He has 2 older brothers, 203 and 205 centimetres.
Wow, they're big units, the Creedon boys.
Great mark taken there for Devonport by Malucci, and this will be a certain goal, you would think. He won't kick from too far out and directly in front, so this would be nice for Devonport to get their 3rd goal. You see the high ball come in here on the replay, and Malucci, big strong Dukes, just takes the grab up high, and he'll line up now, as I said, from a very, very easy angle and not far away, and he gets Devonport's 3rd goal of the match. They move to 3-7-25 to Glenorchy 23-16, 154.
Well, Malucci's going to, he's got a lot of upside for mine as a small forward. He's been in and out of the Mariners team this year. Playing that small forward role is not an easy task to play, particularly in a team that's been really undermanned today and lacking real quality forward inside 50s. But he's a player that they can really build on for the future. And there's a lot to like about Devonport, Brent, as we said in the call. You've got to project them in 4 or 5 years' time. 80 or 90 games experience.
Here goes Arnold.
What they're like.
Driving the ball forward. Big fly from Bowden. Staying down was Mott. He's got time. He flicks it over the top. Bowden just missed the ball. It's been picked up by Chard, who throws it on the boot. Just wants to clear it. Touch ball, play on. Glivel throw there almost, but Devonport have the numbers and they're out. Chance now for this man on the wing. It is, of course, Barker, who throws it on the boot, swings it round to Quaid. Big Quaid throws it on the boot again. This is better from Devonport. They've just kept the running at a nice mark again.
Great call, Tubes. It was probably the best build-up of the game.
Yeah, it looked really good. I think this is it Schnorr?
I think it's Schnorr, yeah. Yep.
No, it is Braden Scott.
Yes, we've mentioned a few times, the grandson of Darryl Bullock. Looks like he's got a 50-metre penalty, has he? No, it's been reversed by the look of it, Tubes, has it? It's gone against Simons, and it's going to go back to Liam Smith. So that's really disappointing for Devonport. They get a shot on goal. Would have brought up their fourth. And I'm guessing some undisciplined action, Tubes, has resulted in Glenorchy with the ball.
Well, unfortunately, we only got the one camera here, so weren't able to see what was going on. Dilger throws it on the boot, and there you go. That's exactly right there, Brown. He just hurts them there.
Yes, he won't miss either, would he?
I wouldn't have thought
Wouldn't have thought so. One boy that's got a little bit of the footy in the second half, Harry Barker for Devonport, hasn't won a lot of it, but when he has got the footy, he's looked pretty composed.
Look at that lead. Magnificent. So, Jay Bowden. Crowd goes silent. This is for number 9.
Goal umpire hardly moved, boys.
Did not move. Just tipped the head back, made sure it went through, and another goal for Jay Bowden. And what's that, 9 Tubes? So that is extraordinary.
He's just a beautiful kick of the football. Look at this. Into slow-mo. And as you said, Brownie, umpire did not move. He's kicked 9 goals, and what a show he's put on here today.
You run out of superlatives
You
really
do.
to describe him. He just makes it look so very easy. But Tubes, you called it. Great balance. He reads the play well. When he needs to lead up, he leads up. When he needs to stay down, he's always that guy at ground level who can snap it round the corner. Got great reflexes below his knees. He's got it all.
Back in the middle here at KG5, round 2 TSL action live right around the world through AFL Tasmania and Duff TV. Ball spills to ground. And Devonport managed to pick it out.
Clever.
Through Scott.
Yep,
yeah,
that
he
was
finds
good.
the target there too.
They've had a lot more clean ball movement in the second half, haven't they? They've been able to hit up targets, whereas in the first half they really struggled to do that.
Here's Sharman, who, Cam, as you said, has had a very good second half. He goes inside with the left foot. Oh, good strong jukes. Great mark from Braden Butler.
Well, he can do this, Butler. He played a lot of junior footy forward at Mariners level.
Best on ground too for Devonport last week. So
Well, he had about 25 touches and went forward and kicked a goal. Let's hope he can do this because they had an opportunity before.
he lines up for Devonport's 4th goal of the game and kicks truly straight through the middle, splits the sticks, and Devonport moved to 4-7-31. And a little bit of, well, I don't know what it is, Tubes, but...
Well, positive signs, I guess. When a bloke's taking a grab like this down forward, you know, you've got potential there from him, and you're right. I mean, it's still a 129-point drubbing, but there's not much you can take away from it if you're
that's why I couldn't find a word.
Let's go.
I'll tell you this much. I don't think Aaron Cornelius would be happy that they've let them get 4 goals in this last quarter. I don't think he'll be over the moon about it. I think he would have liked to have seen them going for the kill. As we see Webb getting it out of the middle, driving it forward. Here comes Bowden for his number 10. Nothing doing there for him. Mott with a little push. Chard does well to hold the footy. Mott still keeps his feet though. It's a chance here. Here's a push out there. The big man down there was Byard, who just got it out for Devonport, and Devonport will clear out of their defensive 50.
So the ball with Josh Arnold now. He's tied up though, and ball spills to ground. Still alive though. The umpire finally blows the whistle. Just quickly, boys, around the grounds, thanks to the Third Man Up podcast. You can catch that weekly through all AFL Tasmania's social media outlets.
Shameless self-promotion there, Brenner.
It's all tied up at UTAS Stadium. 10 points apiece, 1-4-10 as they approach quarter time there in the big night match. So a good start for the Hobart City Demons after what was a belting last week, taking up to North Launceston, who without a couple of their stars tonight. Big going on during the week in that game too, boys. I know Kane Richter, the coach of Hobart City Demons, not too happy with some of the comments from Bart McCulloch, who of course played his first game for North Launceston last weekend. See the mark taken here for Glenorchy. And Rainbird couldn't hang on to it. Managed to get his own footy back though. He goes and loads up on the right to the goal square. Bowden takes a mark and he'll line up for number 10.
I think I said he'd be a big chance to kick 10 late in the second quarter, boys, and he's going to be lining up from inside the square, so he will kick his 10th.
Big call by you, Cam, to say that when he had 5 at half time.
4, I think, Brent.
5, I think it was,
4
Cam.
at the 15-minute mark if you go back for
As
the
Jay
tape.
Bowden lines up for number 10, he drills it, so we're seeing some extraordinary stuff here from Jay Bowden tonight. 10 goals of Glenorchy's 25. They move to 25, 16, 166.
Mitch Rainbird's groin didn't give him any trouble here, boys, when the ball was right in front of him, did it? And what a beautiful delivery by him. But look at this work by Bowden here. Unbelievable.
Yeah, just protects the fly of the ball, doesn't he?
Oh,
the drop zone, as we like to call it. And his judgment of the flight of the ball in the air is second to none.
I have watched a lot of footy. I've been commentating with Duff for a few years, so we haven't watched a lot of the TSL. This is really, the last couple of weeks have been my first real experience with the Bowden boys.
Here's
They're
Arnold
unbelievable.
now. One bounce, loads up and slots it. So party time for Glenorchy. That's 26 goals for the match now, and the lead is a huge one as we approach the end of the match. 24 minutes gone in this final term. It is all the Magpies.
Yeah, to what is that, 141 points, Brent, which is a bit of a shame for Devonport because a couple of minutes ago that lead was hovering around the 125, 130 mark, which wasn't too bad considering it was 100 points at half time to only be outscored 5 goals in the second half. But let's hope it doesn't get away from them here in time on.
We saw Devonport lose last week by 28 points, Cam. This is not ideal for them tonight. Where do you see them finishing the TSL season in 2017 after what we've seen the first 2
I think that look, we've only seen 2 or 3 teams, Tubes, haven't we? But I think it's definitely going to be a development year. And talking to Mitch Thorpe yesterday, he's well aware of where the Devonport Footy Club sit. As we see a beautiful mark from Dylan Riley, swings onto the right and hooks it, unfortunately. But look, we've seen him finish 5th for the last 2 years, but that team was probably not going to take them any further, so they made a really bold and courageous decision when they were setting their planning over the off-season to strip it all back and bring some youngsters into the footy club who they think can give them the best chance for a premiership. Now, that's obviously going to be 4 or 5 years away for them. It's going to be a long process, but we've seen it work, and North Lonnie is the classic example of that.
25 minutes gone in this final term at KG 5 as we see the ball head towards Devonport's attacking zone again. Good tackle there by the Magpies and Brady Quinn.
I think retention of players will be perhaps their biggest issue up there on the northwest coast. It's a very strong regional leagues up there, but you're right. I think investment in younger players and just creating an atmosphere and a community of footballers up there that want to stick around and get some success. That's what it's all about for Devonport Footy Club. So hopefully they can do that up there at that proud footy club as the ball comes out for Glenorchy up to centre wing. Big fly there. No one really got near it. The ball rolls over the back. Leading the race back there, though, it is Bowden. He's so talented. Just so much time a la Reece Mott as the ball goes down towards Hills, who worked to the front, took a great grab.
Full night set up here now at KG5. We are in darkness with the beautiful lights shining on this wonderful venue. And how good is this venue now, boys? The whole new facility is up there on the western side of the ground.
Look at that candy. Yeah, it looks really good as Hills, interesting kick,
Yeah, he
misses.
just didn't have his run-up right, did he?
No.
He just went away from his normal routine. It's a good mark in the contested mark situation there over Jai Clayton, who's playing his first game for Devonport today as a 32-year-old.
141-point margin here late in the final term, and we see Atkin take the mark. He plays on quickly, drives it to the goal square. Anybody home? Mitch Hills is there. Bowden lurking as well, but punched away.
That kick's probably easy to defend in the modern game, Brent. That probably one that's got to go a little bit, take a little bit off it, hit the top of the goal square. Defenders can get back and just punch that through.
About 15 metres out, it's really the hot spot now, isn't it?
Good call, Tubes.
So here we go. Big fly! Screamer. Well,
Wow,
the magician's at it again.
that was unbelievable.
We'll see that again, no doubt, right here, folks.
Oh, goodness me.
Well,
Just when you think he can't do anything better, he comes up with something like that.
poor old Kurt Byard's had someone sit on his head, and he didn't even know he was coming.
Number 11 coming up here
Yep.
for Jay Bowden. Will not miss this. Directly in front.
It would be, I'll come back to this if he kicks his 11th.
He will, Cam. Lock it in right now. He loads up Jay Bowden on the right. And
He's kicked his
makes
11th
no
now.
mistake.
Is it the Tassie medal, Brent, we call it now?
Alistair
Sorry?
Lynch
The
medal?
Alistair Lynch medal. It would be the greatest travesty of justice if he didn't get the 3 votes. Going back to when Peter Hudson, and I saw as I was probably about 5 or 6 at the time, kicked 18 goals against Hobart up at the TCA and got 2 votes.
That's unbelievable.
Danny Ling got the 3 votes.
Must have been some game from Danny Ling that day.
Well, Danny Ling, of course, a legend at Glenorchy Footy Club and coached back-to-back
Look
premierships
at that
for the
mark.
Pies back in 85 and 86.
That mark is something special. If that doesn't get the number 1 mark of the week, when Damien Gill trawls through these highlights tubes, I'll be very surprised.
Yeah, he's got plenty of times to trawl through the highlights, old Gilly, as the ball comes down, kick forward, Duffy handballs off. Running man there is, of course, Arnold, who's going to get his second. Beautiful, right on the siren, the final siren there. So that is Josh Arnold's second goal, and the lead is extended even further.
28-18, 186. Wow, 4-8-32 is the final score. So an enormous win for Glenorchy in this round 2 clash at KG5. It has been something special to watch tonight, especially the performance of Jay Bowden. 11 goals and 1 spectacular mark to finish up.
Well, we'll just see this last goal here. Brilliant work from Glenorchy again as the ball came out to Arnold. And he's almost been best on if, of course, Bowden didn't kick the the 11 goals. But we will go through the goal kickers really quickly, Brownie. 11 goals to, of course, Jay Bowden. 3 to Liam Smith. 2 for Braden Webb, Tyler Bowden, Josh Arnold, Matty Joseph, and then singles to Matt Dilger. Sorry, Matty. John Geard, Jordan Arnold, Mitch Hills, Zach Webster, and Millhouse with 1 for Devonport. Just the singles to Brad Chard, Braden Butler, and Dylan Schnorr. How'd you see best on ground today, Brownie?
Well, obviously, Jay with his 11 goals was a star, wasn't he? He looked dangerous right from the word go. Probably kicked one of the, was it nearly, I think, it seems a long time ago now, but I think he kicked the first or second goal of the game, and they had the luxury of playing him forward for probably 95% of the game today. And when he's got great supply like that, when he can read it in the air or when he can guard the space of the incoming ball and protect the drop zone, as we said a few times tonight, he's such a good finisher. It was a class act. Worth coming in the footy just to watch him tonight. So they had a lot of good players, didn't they? Rainbird was really solid early. Mott won a lot of the ball. Webb went forward and kicked goals. We saw both the Arnold boys. I thought was terrific. Smith started to win a lot of the footy. So they're going to be a really hard team to beat, Glenorchy, and they're building. And I thought they were pretty disciplined. They probably had a 15-20 minute patch in the third quarter where Aaron Cornelius would have liked them to maybe put the foot down a little bit stronger, but to their credit, they were finishing full of running at the end. And they just play a great brand of footy, don't they, boys? They just move the ball so very well with their foot skills. But Brent, Devonport, look, it's going to be a long year for them. But look, they just have to stick at it, don't they? They're never going to come against a harder opposition than this at this particular time in their career. As we said, 9 or 10 boys there have only played 1 or 2 games between them, so that's half the size. So they're really inexperienced and underdeveloped, both physically and almost mentally. But look, they've just got to stick at it, and Mitch Thorpe's the perfect man to turn that club around. And as we keep on saying, they've got to look to the future. But today they were totally outclassed. Full credit to Aaron Cornelius and the Glenorchy Magpies.
Big win for Glenorchy. 154 points is the final margin here for this round 2 clash. Tubes, it's been good fun.
It's been terrific. It is Southern Cross Tasmanian State League round 2 done with the stream for this week. Ladies and gentlemen, 154-point victory to the Glenorchy Magpies over Devonport. Next week, boys, we are at Blunston Arena, Clarence versus Lauderdale. So be sure to tune in from then. Until then, you've been watching Duff TV with the Tasmanian State League from Southern Cross. My name is Tubes Taylor. Thank you so much for tuning in. Until then, take care. Bye for now.
This is not a right. This is a privilege.
We know how to play.
This isn't given, it's earned.
We know what we need to do.
You've done years of hard work to get here. Hard yakka. Blood, sweat, tears.
Get up and let's get into it, boys!
It's time to step up, because you won't get a second crack. Moment by moment, centimetre by centimetre, effort by effort. Fight, fight, fight until the siren sounds and the song is sung. It's not up to me, it's up to you. Do you want it enough? This is not just a game. This is the Tasmanian State League. Our best talent, our premier competition.